It's that meme where the guy shows the picture and they're like this. Oh, yeah.
It's the Japanese conference room.
Yeah.
They show the next one.
And then the one where the guy makes a rational thing, and you see him chucked out of a window, defenestrated.
It was another. It was a version of that. That was really happy. It was supposed to be like the boss remembering the poor guy who's still there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, why'd I throw you out? He's still sitting there as a ghost.
So somebody was posting about that, and they had the question of okay, defenestration is being thrown out a window, right? What is being thrown into a window?
All right, into a building through the window.
Is that just fenestration?
I guess it would be maybe fenestration. You're right. Yeah. I don't know.
What was
weird shower thoughts.
English has more than 12,000 words, and we still don't have one for throwing somebody through a window into a building. Except, and then we have. We're at a position where we're like the Eskimo, where we have 9 words for snow, and we don't have one for throwing someone into a building through a window. So I think maybe it's time to pack up the language. I think we
over.
I think we failed. We need to start over. Yeah.
The experiment has failed.
Yeah.
I feel like the English language failed a long
One
time.
of the gods.
It's been stumbling along for a while. It's all right. Just don't ask too many questions of why things are spelled certain ways.
Why things are pronounced certain ways. Why certain parts of speech work certain... Yeah, just don't ask questions. The coffee filter kind of got all jumbled up, so there are a few more grounds in the coffee than I would like.
It's just chunky stuff.
Sorry, it's not chunky. It's just there are some grounds in there, and I don't like it. What?
We have pulp.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Was it really worth crying over? Nope, sure wasn't. I'll do it again. It was a combination of things. However, not with tears.
I assumed.
Both, or just one of those things?
Both.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave these coasters over here. What was I was getting a thing.
I don't know, lady. You're running around, crazy person.
Well, I was gonna say in defense of Nick that sometimes I forget things like haircut appointments and things like that as well. But then I remember that I also have to schedule for 3 people's lives as opposed to 1.
Yeah.
So maybe
You
that's
have
not
an
such a good excuse.
It has no.
I also do apparently way too much, according to every person who knows what I do.
No,
I'll add myself to that list.
we had to harass Nick about that hair appointment quite a bit then.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, it's ambiance. I was like, is there a window open? Okay.
Yeah, there's a window.
Cool, great. That's good
just
to know. Thank you.
The oddly noisy sucking void of space.
Yeah, okay.
There we go.
Actually, it's the ambient engine noise of the Nostromo.
Nice.
Although you're not on the Nostromo, but,
That's probably a
beggars
good
can't be
thing.
choosers.
This would also be a good point. What kind of alien is this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be the closed room, or is this supposed to be the
War story. I would assume.
Well,
no food?
since
Could be both, but
it's kind of a. Do you mean in terms of what we're doing tonight, or like the
expectations for tonight.
Tonight is kind of a pastiche. I think it hews a lot more towards the first film, right? You don't. The idea is that even though the people in Aliens are like armed to the teeth and feel capable, but they're still like thwarted. It's closer to the first ones where like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a pilot or a technician, and now this shit. You know. Cool. Yeah, so it's closer to the first thing. And technically, this takes place in 2183, I think.
I do not know Alien's actual timeline, so
I neither did I, which is why I looked it up. So to put that into perspective, I'm assuming you've all seen Aliens, plural,
Nope.
right?
because I think when I read the book,
Okay.
the book is supposed to take place like in between like 83 and
2183 is slightly 3 years past the events of Aliens. Right.
Okay.
But not that anyone knows any of that.
Company wants to keep that quiet.
Yeah. And they have successfully done so. You know?
Yeah, it's not like an extra Sigourney Weaver shows up at a prison camp.
Not yet.
Not yet. But give it a couple years.
Yeah.
And it's not like the government's training.
Actually,
liquid nitrogen.
There were some questionable decisions in movie making.
Well, no, that's also very questionable in government thinking. But you don't put it past the government to try.
That's fair. You do what you gotta do. Even when it's dumb.
Okay. So it's not like Alien 1 technology. It's like assume the technology of aliens, right? So, but you guys aren't colonial marines or anything like that.
So we could be androids?
Maybe.
That was an Alien 1 thing.
Yeah, they were in Alien 1 too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Remember?
They got a little bit more hidden as the movies went along.
As time goes on, yeah. They started like slipping them in.
Because the one android, the alien, was kind of a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect him to be so good.
Well, that was 57 years before the events of Aliens.
Yeah.
So right. Yeah. So it's come along. Yeah, we're thinking of like just Bishop.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yep, Bishop.
We're thinking of Bishop instead of Kane. No, Kane had a chest burster. What was Ian Holmes? Alien. Ash.
Right.
Ash was the android on Alien. Anyway,
Bishop is also the name of the Prometheus, right?
what?
The android in Prometheus.
David is the one.
Oh, that's David.
Yeah.
I have seen that.
I wish I hadn't seen that.
I just like my.
There's a lot that I enjoy about that movie, but on the whole, it was unable to run left or right and sort of.
Less Prometheus.
That was literally a problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Less Prometheus, and what was the next one that did?
Alien
better?
Covenant was fine.
Alien,
Mm.
yes.
I
it
saw
was
that one
fine.
too, right? I watched it with you.
Yeah, we
That
watched
was fun.
Because that was just like kicking colonists out the door. Like, of course they have no idea how to deal with this.
Yeah.
But when you have like exobiologists going, better put my face up to this.
Open the med bay. No.
Oh, yep.
No. I'm fine. Guys, don't worry. I'm not in pain. I'm not in screaming pain right now.
They acted a lot more human, and
A lot of mistakes were made.
yep. But it was okay.
I mean, that's what you expect.
Mm-hmm.
It made it that touch of
I'm remembering that movie,
relatability.
but I'm also interjecting Alienation into that movie because I liked Alienation better. I'm like, oh right.
You mean Annihilation.
Annihilation. Thank you.
See, I was
Yeah.
thinking Alien
And I was like,
Isolation,
no. Sorry, I just said
Which
it
is a
wrong.
game.
which is a
Which
game.
was turned into a series of short
It's true.
films.
We also watched. Okay.
Which also.
But I just
One
like
is
I was
a
remembering that
series.
movie and I was like, oh, Annihilation, and then I just went there instead. I was like, oh right.
It's so good.
I think it was. Yeah, it's,
It was
it's
good.
definitely
It
a
was
better
really
movie
good,
than any of the Alien movies that have come out recently.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people who didn't enjoy it just, and I hate to say it, but didn't get
Didn't
it.
get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks to say, but sometimes it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I
It's
should have
like,
a book too. I keep meaning to read it.
I haven't read it, but from what I've
There's a whole
heard,
trilogy.
Yeah.
it's like what? It's all from the like diary entries, and they don't actually use characters' names.
That's cool.
It's all just like job titles,
Yeah.
which is why some people were raising a bit of a ruckus about the movie because they're like, oh well, the characters aren't the proper like nationality and race and whatnot. And that's like, well, they were working off of the first book. The second book was in production, which revealed some of those
Kind of
details
codified
at
some
the
of that stuff.
time.
Yeah.
And it was one of those where it's like, all right, I don't know.
That seems like it's not worth getting into a twist over,
Yeah.
Especially when everybody who was cast did a really good job.
Yeah.
It was for the most part a bunch of badass women, so nothing to complain about.
And holy crap, that bear. Oh.
Best part of the movie?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
man. Like, that is the type of monster design I look at and I go, I'm borrowing ideas.
Well, and that, I just, I have that scene in my mind of where she just walks into the trees. Like, everything growing on her, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Turn that corner and it's just gone.
Yeah, I remember that, like, ugh. Ugh.
Oh, so good.
Anyway. So sorry, I hijacked our alien conversation. Took it to
Did you guys want to play the game?
I'm sorry. Yeah, sure.
Eventually.
Why not?
So, because of the way that this is set up, I'm taking this from the cinematic starter kit, which is it's basically a quick start document, right?
Yeah.
So the full Alien RPG by Free League or Free League, and whatever you're calling it, the same people who did Tales from the Loop, same people who did Mutant Year Zero, the same people.
That's right.
This uses some monkeyed with variant of Year Zero still mechanics and stuff, but it's it's being done right now. It's not published yet.
Work in progress.
Yeah, it's going to be out before the end of the year. I don't remember exactly when, but this is the thing. Hey, thanks for pre-ordering the book. Here you go. Here's the thing. So you can get started playing, right? And then because of that, the full character creation rules not in there. So
They're pre-gens?
so we're gonna use pre-gens, which is not something I usually like to do, but in this case, just gotta roll with it. So in that case, there are 5 characters available. Each of them has a particular,
Occupation.
they have a role in the ship, right? They have, sort of a certain personality trait. They've each got individual talents, which are special things that only they can do in terms of the mechanics. And they also have agendas, which will be
I see.
things that,
The android wants to capture the alien.
that if you actively advance that agenda despite personal risk or all that stuff
Risk
like
to
that,
others.
you get a story point which can be used to buff your role and stuff like that. So it's worth it to
Please just be
to
the host
play
for
along
this
with the play,
specimen while I freeze you.
to play along with the character's agenda, right?
Okay.
And those agendas are going to be not communicated. Those are privately for you.
Yeah.
You look at them, you go, that's what I need to do. Cool. Nobody knows until somebody has to know. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Nobody knows until you act upon it, and then they have to figure out what it actually is, and you don't actually say it.
Or you lie about it.
Or you lie.
Yeah, I mean, that's entirely about... See, that's the thing.
Or you don't lie about it, is thinking that you're lying about it.
Or you keep lying about it and they keep rediscovering new things.
New lies nested in other lies.
Just
Don't make this more complicated than it has to be. Right? So there are 5 available player characters. You guys are space truckers, which is always fun to say.
haul and ice.
On the Starfreighter,
That's what they always
the U.S. CSS Montero. Don't pay attention to the U.S. That's in front of everything. You're part of the Montero, running the Gauntlet, as they call it, the trade route between Anchor Point Station, which is kind of a midway, and the Frontier, which is at the outer rim, the outer rim, right? Your ship's cargo hold is packed with dozens of tanks of the rare gas helium-3.
I see.
Uh, Usually, cargoes like these are towed in massive tanker modules that transport much higher concentrations of the gas, a safe distance from a freight hauler, like it's a separate, sort of module unit. The Montero isn't rated as a commercial towing vehicle, however. And so this is a small run that's a special order for a Weyland-Yutani corporate account on Sutter's World, which is a newly established frontier colony.
Probably delivering their power.
The trip so far has been fairly routine. Before you activated the displacement drive and jumped up faster than light, the sensors developed a glitch before you left anchor point, and it sporadically pinged a contact with a sensor reflection that wasn't actually there. It was some kind of weird sort of
Like in the
sensor
interior
glitch.
or like outside?
like
the exterior.
Oh, yeah,
Is it one of those where it's always the same position?
There was a lot of weird phantom readings that were in different positions. Yeah, it was
Just weird.
General technical
technical weirdness.
Keep on tapping the display.
So the cargo run so far has been without incident, and at the start of the adventure, you're just waking up from cryosleep, or hypersleep, and you're ready to deliver your goods to the colony, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there is Captain Miller,
It's Miller time.
if you wish.
Somebody's got it right.
Captain Vanessa Miller.
We need
There
Nick.
is
Keep me the
pilot
captain who dies.
Leah Davis. There's technician Kayla Rye. Cargo handler Lyron Cham. And John J. Wilson, corporate liaison.
Gross.
The sleazy guy.
The lawyer.
Where's Zach?
Oh my god, he would be the perfect Weyland-Yutani employee.
I mean, yeah.
He knows how to play the perfect dirtbag.
It's true.
Yeah,
It'd be beautiful.
without making anyone hate him.
Hate the character.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
him.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
for sure.
So basically, between those characters, you got to pick one, right? And each person, obviously, you can only be. There can't be two Captain
There
Millers.
can't be clones?
Unfortunately, no.
I don't think they do clones in the Aliens universe.
Yeah, they do.
Except for Ripley.
Well, yeah, that's
I mean,
that's using genetic
Not
material.
not for just dudes on a space freighter.
Yeah.
Weyland-Yutani will do secret cloning for the protagonist of all the goddamn movies, but yeah, it's not just a mom and pop store you can just walk in and get cloned.
I'd like a clone, please.
Anyone first hits?
So talk amongst yourselves and figure out who's going to play who.
I'll take the technician.
Okay. The technician, Kayla Rye. Okay. All right. I'm going to message you an image, which is just the page from the book that talks about there's a little bit of backstory and some basic information, and I'll give you the stuff that you need to jot down on your character sheet. Okay. So let's see here. Rye. Click the button. There we go. Okay, so that leaves Miller, Davis, Cham, and Wilson.
Do you have any particular feelings?
Either captain or the scumbag.
I was
Why not both?
previously when I knew you were coming, I thought you would be the captain. I think that was probably appropriate.
I don't want to do both. I'll be
Whoever-
fighting with myself. That'll be awkward.
No, you can be a scumbag captain.
The one remaining player character will just be an NPC. He'll just be just
Okay.
on the ship still. But
They're the first to
I'll
die.
take captain then. Yeah.
I'll take pilot. How about that?
okay,
Unless you really want it, Lance.
Captain Miller. Where are you?
Do you want to do it?
Hail corporate.
That being said, there is a mod for the game Space Station 13 that is all about colonial marines. And the game itself is kind of like a role-playing game built in, so you get to play all sorts of characters on it, which is real fun. But one of the jobs they have is the corporate liaison, and you effectively get full run of the ship. You can get into all sorts of trouble.
You get all the codes that the captain didn't think that there were codes for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lance.
So which are the two that are off?
The two that are left are the corporate, the company agent, Wilson,
Yep.
or the cargo handler, Lyron Chan. One is loyal, one is ambitious. Try to decide which one is which.
Yep.
You decide and then find out it's the exact opposite.
No, because I can see both of them being the corporate, because either he's ambitious
Or
or he's loyal.
Yeah.
It's hard to figure out what the cargo.
Cargo is probably one.
Okay, we'll do.
Now there's more stat information on the pre-gen sheets that I did not print because they're entirely like black backgrounds, and you know what I mean. They're not meant to be printed, so I'll give you that so you can fill that out. But there's some initial information there you can jot down.
Oh, it's corporate.
Oh boy.
I guess I am
Yeah.
the crew. The
So you're going to be Chan.
Honestly, I do like the idea of Jason having to control the Weyland-Yutani guy.
yeah. Because
The smarm.
in a way it makes it us.
Versus, in a way, versus in quotes.
Yeah.
Heavy quotes.
Yes. It's we're with the crew. You're with corporate.
You're my buddy.
Steven's my buddy. So
Hey.
Which one is Miller?
Miller's the captain.
Yep.
Oh, so you're my rival.
Surprise.
I don't have a rival.
Really?
That's literally what it says.
She's lying.
Her character doesn't have a rival because she doesn't really hang out with just really
Anybody.
anybody. She's
Except the captain.
Except the captain. So
We don't feel that competitive.
there is a good reason for that you are reading on your page right now, I think.
Yep.
Your rival's dead. You killed them.
They're
Cut
super
through.
dead.
Not me.
You're the ambitious one.
Again,
Why don't you let me pick this one?
this information is for you, so don't be careful about sharing.
Well, what you say?
Mum is indeed the word.
Yeah.
Well, I can't help but
It's
Lance
not
already
her.
guessed mine.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm kidding.
Deception.
Leon,
It
shut up.
starts.
You know what? I'm
You're okay.
gonna text Nick and see
If
he's
yeah.
going to play our Weyland-Yutani characters.
Okay, that also works well with Nick.
He can do scumbag pretty well too. He does try to play a lovable scumbag most of the time. Admittedly.
How you doing, girl?
Oh god, he would be hitting on like a third of the crew. Or wait, brain didn't work there. 3/4 of the crew.
Or all of the crew, depending on his leanings.
That's true.
What's that joke? I'm
It's 21.
bisexual. I don't have friends. I only have prey.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's 21 something, you know.
We have a stranger danger program, and one of my clients has it. And someone else is giving me a bathroom break, and they're like, "What's the name of this actress? None of us can think of it." I look at it for 2 seconds ago. Charlize Theron. And they're like, "Wow, that was fast." I'm like, "She's very attractive. I know her name." And I don't usually like blondes. And all the blondes in the room went, "Hey!" I'm like,
Sorry.
I guess would have been Gary Busey, also blonde, right?
Ew.
Poor Gary Busey. Now I'm just imagining Gary Busey in a blonde wig.
Ew.
Yeah.
I mean, it would begin with.
Bad hair and teeth. That's really all it is.
Yeah, for real.
It's a big yikes from me.
Okay, so I will deliver to you your agendas in order.
Well, that's why you wouldn't let me cut them up.
Yes.
Oh no, I dumped wits.
Excuse me.
What is this character?
Same. I've got empathy, though. Feel
Yes.
good about that.
Okay, I got a lot of strength.
Good.
More than empathy.
I don't have much strength.
I'm exceedingly average, I believe. Kind of.
I mean, that's got
don't
some
know.
benefits.
I got 4s and 3s, so I don't know if that's average.
That's average, yeah. I've got a 5, 4, 3, and 2.
Same.
Just that smooth ride. I'm a decent backup pilot.
Good. I mean,
Are you planning on dying?
no, but it's good to know.
Please don't die on me. I'm your captain. I forbid it.
Right? Do you have a buddy and a rival, Captain Miller?
I indeed do.
So you're Davis, right?
I am.
Okay. here's
We
your
buddies.
First
Cool.
agenda.
I do like that empathy, or that medical aid is under empathy. That is a nice way to kind
There's
of.
I read in the quick start. There's a fun rule that if you want to coup de grace a human being, you have to fail an empathy roll first.
Wow.
I kind of like that.
It's an
That's
interesting.
cool.
It's a way to
Yeah.
kind of push back against like the murder hobo solution to everything of just kill your rivals. They'll never come back.
It's like we're watching the Beard Brothers play Alien Isolation, and then towards after the alien is dead, in quotation marks, and every time they turn a corner, they're like, "Oh, that noise can't be anything. The alien's never
Well, I'm
showing
sure
up
glad
ever
we blew it out of the
again."
airlock. It's never coming back.
Never coming back. That's how I imagine everyone says, "Oh, my rival's dead. They won't come back."
Excuse me, this is D&D.
Robert,
Resurrection exists.
you're Rye, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kayla Rye.
Isn't it supposed to be just Kaylee Fry? Is that what they're ripping off of?
No.
for that? No, but the name, like,
It sounds like it.
right? Kayla Rye, Kaylee Fry. Sorry, that's
It's like slant rhyming.
I don't know. Send a letter to.
I'm not
Freely.
angry about it. I'm just like, that just sounds.
I don't have
familiar.
answers for you. So.
Okay, and plus she's a technician. Okay. Talents. I hope you like the way new deodorant smells.
Miller.
Here.
Okay. Cool.
So, this trait has a symbol on it, and I'm not sure what it means.
What's the symbol look like?
Not working.
That's a 1 on the panic dice, which I'll explain. It's a facehugger. So.
Ah. That would be a hard symbol to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like a weird ass strings.
With the tail.
Because you put like three kind of jaunts out of it, and
Or
then
How
one
long
like
is
I do like a looped
a
tail.
loop.
As long as
with
a
tail,
shift.
yeah,
Give me a second.
Hmm.
Shift is 5 to 10 minutes, if I remember correctly.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
How many shifts are there in a day then?
No, I'm sorry.
Well,
Shift is 5 to
depends on
10
the scene you're
hours.
running around.
A round is 5 to 10 seconds. A turn is 5 to 10 minutes, and a shift is 5 to 10 hours.
Because-
and I know you're gonna.
Okay. I was like,
Oh, no.
I'm gonna. Okay, that's fine. 5 to 10 hours. Cool.
I was gonna say 5 to 10 minutes. Pulling like 30 shifts a day. It's still not very much.
30 shifts a day?
And Cham. You're Cham, right?
Yep.
Lyra and Cham. There you go. Miller time. Rye, Catcher in the Betty Davis, and Cham. Get everything Cham, I'm sorry.
Cham Wow.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Ooh, oh, that's a neat talent.
Based on agility.
You all have entrusted the right person with this talent.
I'm glad.
That seems like the
Oh, boy.
opposite.
Are those the agendas?
Those are the extra ones that we don't necessarily need right now. These are the ones for all of our players right now.
Zoe, hush.
I think I've got everything.
I think
How should we record health? Just like fill in bubbles kind of thing? Or
Yeah, I think it's
X out the
it's-
ones you aren't using?
Oh, that's up to you.
We'll never get more than the health number we have, right?
The pre-done sheets, no.
Okay.
The pre-done sheets don't have them marked in any way, so it's just like it would make sense to me to like shade in the extra ones, right?
Yeah.
And then check off the ones that
As you're
Is
lose,
stress
right?
level all of them then?
I would imagine.
Do we have?
Well, hang on a minute while I tell you. Why don't you give me a goddamn second?
There's no back. Okay.
So, to give you an idea of how the game is played, so you have base dice, which are your choice of just have some d6s out, they're your favorites, you know.
Okay.
Make sure that they are distinguishable from these dice. Okay.
Putting greens away.
And those will be the dice that you roll for everything. Like you'll always be rolling base dice. And the base dice, you'll have an attribute, and then you'll add the skill number to it, and that's the number of base dice that you're rolling, right? What you're looking for is at least 1 6, which is a success. If you have more than 1 6, you can do what they refer to as stunts, depending on the skill, which is like do slightly more damage, do it quicker, you know, do it neater, do it faster, you know, like whatever that may be. Right. And I can tell you if you have extra successes, like what's possible, what you want to do.
Okay.
Now, shush.
Zoe.
You also have stress dice. Now, how this works is that as your stress level rises, you get that many stress die that you have to roll along with your base die, right? This is helpful in that it increases your percent chance of rolling a success. However, if the stress die rolls a 1, which on the official dice would be like a face hugger, right? That triggers like a panic roll
I see.
to see if you freak out, right? And obviously, the more stress die you're rolling, the more
more
possibility for a panic. Does that make sense?
Cool.
All right.
So it's the act of stress making you like immediately more focused and adrenaline, but also the possibility of like just
It's a
going-
survival
going
mechanic.
crazy.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Now there are options during the game to like reduce your stress level. Each of you has a signature item that per act you can sort of mess with or spend some time with and be like, okay, and that'll lower your stress level by 1. Or, you know, there's the traditional way, which is to take like 5 or 10 minutes in a place that you think is
is
safe and, you know, like chill out, right? But that's valuable time being lost, right?
Total shift.
Not a ship.
So that's
Turns into like
basically the system, you know, like roll those, look for a 6, try not to get 1s on the stress die. 6s on the stress die just give you successes. They're just regular stuff.
Good
But
stuff.
the reason that I've gotten these special alien acid blood dice is that those are the ones that if you take some and you have them and roll 1s, those are the bad ones. You know those are bad.
Cool.
Okay, so let's see here. What else do you need to know? You need to know more information about your characters. Okay, so Captain Miller.
Yes.
So your name is Vanessa Miller,
Correct.
right? You're an officer. That's your career.
Mm-hmm.
Your buddy's Davis. Your rival's Wilson.
Wilson.
You have a strength of 4,
Mm-hmm.
an empathy of 5,
Mm-hmm.
wits of 2, and agility of 3. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Your signature item is a jacket patch with the Wayland Yutani logo.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Did they give you your skill numbers as well?
Yep.
Range combat 1, mobility 1,
One,
nothing
piloting
in
2.
stamina or close combat.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. What are you still missing?
If there's gear.
No gear right now.
Personal agendas elsewhere. I would assume good then.
Your encumbrance is 8,
Ah, that was something I needed.
and your talent is pull rank.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. And I think that's all you need.
stress level. Or do you get all 10?
It just like
Okay.
there's not really a cap on it. You just get more and more
Until
stressed
you roll
until you
one.
go nuts.
Yeah, you hit a point where statistically.
Well, no, when you roll 1, your stress level doesn't necessarily change. It just triggers a panic roll.
Yeah.
Leah, your buddy's Miller. You're reckless. Okay. Your encumbrance is 4. By
Okay.
the way.
I already know my signature item as well.
Okay. So you got everything else? Your career's a pilot. Okay. Rye, your encumbrance is 8.
That's all I need because I got everything
Yeah.
else.
And Cham, your encumbrance is 10.
Nice.
Heavy lifter.
Well, I mean,
Because he's the cargo guy, so yeah.
Alright, that makes sense.
it's just double your strength. It seems like.
I think so, yes.
No,
Yeah.
my strength is 2. Oh, yeah, I guess so.
It's 4,
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Okay.
I like simple systems.
Alright, what else do we need to know? Okay, so explain the basic mechanic, right? You've got base dice, you get that from attribute plus skill, or just attribute if the skill's not
Trained.
applicable, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't have to, there's not a training gate, it's like, you know, but if you have nothing in the skill, you get nothing,
Nothing.
right?
Good day, sir.
You're looking for 6s, 6s are successes. At the same time, as your stress level rises, you have to add stress die to the rolls that you make. 6s are still successes on those, but 1s are bad. We're doing, because this is the cinematic starter kit, we're doing cinematic play, because there's like 2 modes in the final game. There's like the campaign play, where your characters are expected to survive
a little bit.
And then the cinematic play, which is more akin to like trying to track the arc of an alien film or something like that, where a lot of people are not going to make it. You know what I mean? Like,
Which is oddly the opposite of what normal tabletop
cinematic
cinematic is usually.
cinematic is
easy.
you live, right? Well, in this case, this cinema is brutal, right? You each have a single talent that, again, is specific to you. Now, you saw in your image that I sent you what the mechanic is. A lot of them are like, normally you only get to push a roll or re-roll once. You take stress for that, right? But some people,
Get it done.
like, they'll have a certain talent which is like, I can push empathy rolls twice instead of just once.
Just leaking dice at this
Drunk?
point.
What's going on? They're over there by the table like that. Higher the number of the skill, the better, obviously, because again, it's the number of dice that you're literally rolling, which increases your percent chance of getting a 6. Stress starts at 0, obviously, but it's not just pushing rolls that'll cause stress to go up. Like, sometimes you'll just get stressed.
Yeah. That's
Right?
an alien.
Because stressful things are happening, right?
There's a hole in the wall. Oh no!
Your health is equal to your strength.
There's a hole here.
When your health drops to 0, you are broken, which means you're out of combat. You can basically just like crawl and mumble. Also, you can. Also, you suffer a critical injury, which may be, if you're unlucky, you just die, or you just have a critical injury and somebody can like patch you up, but then you still have that critical injury. And if you go down again, you have to roll for another critical injury, which may cause you to die. You see what I'm saying? Like so.
Builds.
So it builds.
Yeah, avoid dying.
Got it.
Your gear is pretty simple. Like when you get something, an example is like just like a weapon. A classic weapon. Let's take a look at a pulse rifle or something like that. Right. So that's a ranged weapon. We've got a pulse rifle. The bonus listed is +1. That's the additional dice you get on top of it. Modifications mean more dice or less dice, depending. Right. So, for instance, if the hallway is dark, it's -2 to ranged combat because it's hard to see. It's also -2 to like observe shit because it's dark. You see what I'm saying? So that's 2 dice fewer, I should say, than you normally would get. Right. So it's not modifying any final result or canceling any successes out. It's just I have fewer dice to roll now. Right.
It's a dice pool.
It modifies the pool. Right. The pulse rifle gives you a damage rating. That's how much damage you're dealing if you get 1 success. If you have additional successes, you can spend those to add more points of damage on, right?
Or do something else.
They'll have a range, which is the maximum distance it can be used. And this is a game where like there are range bands. There's engaged, short, medium, long, extreme. So the range is that's the farthest you can shoot with the thing. There's a weight, which is the number of slots it'll take up in your inventory, right?
Cool.
Just like Mutant Year Zero, I remember we played that briefly. It had that same kind of like slot system. And there'll be some comments on it, like the pulse rifle is armor piercing and can go full auto. Right?
Nice. Can we get like a laptop version of that?
Laptop gun?
Well, you mean the sentries from Aliens? No,
Put it in the vent place.
no, you don't. I explained about personal
I
agendas,
realized
right?
that vent would have so many holes.
Story points. When you get them, and again,
That's what I mean.
you get them provided that you
Not even the bullets.
you're
Follow
following
your
your agenda. Just again, not in a way that's like a tacit way. It's like you're actively trying to pursue that. Right?
Okay.
If you have a story point, you get an automatic success and a dice roll when you spend it.
Nice.
So you're guaranteed to succeed in that.
Okay.
Can you use that in talents?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Cool.
You can spend the story point after a failed roll, or even after a successful roll, in order to get an extra success if you want to do like stunts or whatever. And you can never have more than 3 at a time. But you gain them by following your personal agenda, which you guys already have.
So you might as well spend them when you get them, basically.
Yeah, I mean, especially in cinematic play where you're probably going to die.
You're gonna die, yep.
So
Who's gonna be the final girl kind of thing, yeah.
sometimes you'll have to make supply rolls, like you're in a spacesuit and you're doing a spacewalk, or you're in a ship with currently no atmosphere running. You might have to do an air roll.
Cool. Everybody's favorite.
Which is why there's consumables like
Consumables
air,
in there.
food, water, power, right?
So is that like the die pool you will use, or is that just you get to pass another one of them for free? If you know off the top of your head. Otherwise, we'll get to it when we get to it.
You track each of the 4 consumables using a supply rating. A higher rating is better. You'll roll a number of stress dice equal to the current supply rating. For every 1, supply rating goes down by 1.
Okay.
Wow.
And when it reaches 0, you're out of the consumable, whatever that may be.
Okay. Good to know.
So if it's air,
Stock up on that.
Some canned air.
canned air. Yeah.
Encumbrance, because we're doing pre-made stuff and there's a limited amount of gear, is not really important right now. Heavy
Okay.
is 2 items. Light is half of an item. Does that make sense? Half a slot. Heavy's
yeah.
2.
Tiny
Yeah.
just does
Tiny
nothing.
is
Tiny
free.
doesn't count, but you should still
Okay.
list those things.
Like I'm assuming my rosary is a tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume signature items are all going to be tiny or otherwise like a free slot.
No one's gonna have a signature M16 kind of thing.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah,
What, an antique like that?
You know what I mean, though. Like,
So there are 12 skills,
please don't shoot that. in my
3
spaceship.
assigned to each attribute, and that's why they're sort of arranged in that little diamond thing. Heavy machinery is... I think all of these are pretty self-explanatory.
Is there a power rig?
Oh, they're better.
Yeah, I mean, they're all pretty... I can't think of anyone that would necessarily need a lot of explanation. I mean, they all seem pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah.
Manipulation is what it sounds like. Observation is what it sounds like. There's ranged and close combat.
Comtech.
Comtech is, so you're trying to work with, like, communication technology. I mean, it's really, that's basically it.
Yeah.
Send a message, track
What
a
about
signal.
stamina?
Stamina, sometimes it's like, you gotta survive the vacuum of space for just a little bit longer, or you
Run away
gotta
from an alien.
you gotta
Constitution?
physically endure or something like that. So,
okay.
and Comtech specifically is for
Bounce a
like
pipe while you
programming,
on that
Ah.
maneuver.
mainframes. That's computers, whereas heavy machinery is like repairing, jury rigging, like
Yeah.
Okay.
those kinds of things, like heavy machinery and power loaders and all that stuff falls under heavy machinery. Please die, Leon.
That's me, right? No, it's not quite Leon.
You got it.
Myron.
Normally, you can.
Sorry, there's a sacrificial jacket on our dog.
Normally, when you roll the dice and fail, you have 1 chance to do it again. Specifically, you have to push the roll, which means that you're going to pick up all the dice that didn't show any 6s, any successes, and roll them again. Now, you can do this even if you've succeeded to get more successes, right? However, pushing a roll increases your stress level. That makes sense? And you can only push your roll once, unless a talent specifically says that you can do that more than once. So, speaking of panic, right? When you roll stress dice in a skill roll and 1 or more of those 1s come up, right? You can't push the roll. Instead, you immediately make a panic roll, right? And that'll cause your skill roll to fail no matter how many successes you roll. Because you got to deal with a panic now. And as I mentioned, other things can increase your stress besides voluntarily pushing rolls.
Yep.
Sometimes some spooky shit happens and stress.
Oh, no.
You know. Taxes, stress. You know. Space taxes.
Oh, no, it's
The
corporate.
worst.
Oh, no.
When you're firing a weapon with a limited magazine, which is, most of them, rolling one or more of those ones means that you empty the magazine in addition to making a panic roll.
On the stress or
Stress.
just on
Stress.
Just on
Stress. Ones only count on the stress. That's why you're looking at just the ones on stress. Generally speaking, again, you've got only one chance to succeed with an action. So if you roll and then push, it still doesn't work, something else has got to change or somebody else has got to try it, You could do group rolls. You choose who among you is best suited, and the other people can help them, which will offer them like +1 dice or +2 dice. You see what I'm saying?
If you panic that roll, does everyone who's helping panic?
No, but depending on the result of the panic, it may cause other people to make panic checks. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
There are difficulties in the game which exactly work like dice roll modifications, so I might say, this is a hard task, so -2 dice, right? All right. Or this is trivial, +3 dice.
Sweet.
Sometimes there are opposed rolls as necessary, and basically that just means that you have to get more successes than your opposed party, right? Because the successes that they get cancel out yours. So one of you needs to have more successes, right?
You can't tie in that situation.
Well, they would cancel each other out, so no one would
No one
succeed in
succeeds.
that respect.
But do you continue till someone succeeds?
I would imagine only if you push.
It depends on the things would, because of the only one chance thing, things would be changed in some way. It would the story would go in a way that basically neither of you succeeded, but
You still tried something.
still try to. Now there needs to be something different, something new tactic.
And that there had to be a...
No, there
A
doesn't
winner.
have to be a winner. Only the attacker can push their roll. It's not like the defender or the
Nice.
opposer
Okay.
can do that.
That's good stuff.
Blah, blah, blah. Here's an example of survival, for instance. So, like, if you check that, every extra success, you can give one success to another PC in the same trouble. You can gain a +1 mod to a later skill roll relating to this one. Or you can impress someone.
So that's what this game's about.
We're going to impress corporate. Get that bonus.
So I explained the range categories, right? Engaged is right next to you. Short is a few meters away. Medium is like up to 25 meters away. Long is up to about 100. And extreme is about 1 kilometer. Right.
Ooh.
Jesus. Okay.
The time measures, again, the round is 5 to 10 seconds, which is a little different from D&D. Usually a round is like,
6.
like a 6. Oh, not even that. A turn is, isn't it? Because a turn is the individual thing, and then the round is all the turns together, right?
Depends.
A minute, right?
Sometimes turns are supposedly happening at the same time, but
Well, yeah.
yeah.
So just keep that in mind that a round is 5 to 10 seconds, and we do that in combat. A turn is 5 to 10 minutes, and we do that in what they call stealth mode, which is you like going through a corridor and like trying to be careful. And then 5 to 10 hours, primarily recovery, is a shift, right? Which makes sense. If you're a worker. 5 to 10 hours is your work shift.
Got to get that overtime.
No.
Okay. Product to move.
Oh, that's it. That's what I forgot. The initiative is only mildly annoying.
Oh, good. I like only
Is it-
mild annoying.
Is it Savage Rules?
It's a ringing endorsement.
We need a deck of cards?
There's a deck of cards.
Could be worse, but
This is. I mean, I would prefer that it wasn't, an extra thing, but it's not complicated. It's pretty simple. So we only need. We don't need the whole deck. That's the thing.
Dang it.
What we need are 1 through 10. So I'm going to take the diamonds out.
So an almost opposite euchre deck. Oh, we only need a 1 through 10. We
Only
don't
need 1 through 10 in a single suit.
in a single suit.
Can you do that while you keep talking?
Nope. So these basically what this is we will shuffle this and everyone will choose one,
You get that
Okay.
until initiative happens.
and that's your initiative. Period.
Shut up.
Like that's your initiative for the whole
Whole session.
thing. Well, not the session, but like the whole conflict.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I was thinking we're drawing it right now.
No.
For some reason.
Every time there is a conflict, we're drawing for an initiative, and this is your initiative. However, there are times where you can like exchange initiatives with people.
I see.
Does that make sense?
Neat.
So it's not you're not
Locked in.
completely locked into it.
Yeah. Yes.
You're gonna get burritoed if you keep this up.
Right?
Just
Just immediate. Yes.
I like burritos.
1, 2, 3.
He just flops on his back and is like, "Oh, good, now love me."
Pamper me.
Now this works unlike sort of D&D initiative where the higher number goes first. This is literally like 1 goes first.
Yeah.
2 goes
2,
second.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Does that make
7,
sense?
9.
Yeah. And so basically you're just supposed to place your initiative card on your character sheet so that everybody can look and go, oh, okay, you're second. Oh, okay, you're third.
He was number 1.
At the start of the fight, or at the start of the round, never during one, right? You and the other player, you can choose a player. If you can both speak to each other, conceivably, in terms of the game, right? In the game world, you can swap initiative cards, right?
nice.
And there are also certain things that allow you to swap initiative cards with the enemies, right? Like get the upper hand of like, I'm faster than you.
Oh.
You know, so, let's see here. On your round, right? You know, you can when you can act in the
Where
round.
you have an agenda and you have the monster go first to kill someone.
You can perform 1 slow action and 1 fast action.
That's how corporate does.
Okay, please pay attention. 1 slow action. Slow actions usually involve rolling for a skill. That kind of makes sense, right? Fast actions don't always require rolling dice, though they might, but generally speaking, they're just quicker to do, right? So you can do slow and fast or 2 fast. That make sense?
1 bite out.
Examples of slow actions: close combat attack, shooting a firearm, throwing a weapon, reloading, first aid, giving orders, persuading, starting an engine, crawling. Those are slow actions. Fast actions: running, moving through a door or a hatch, getting up from being prone, drawing a weapon, blocking an attack, physically pushing a dude, grappling, retreating, aiming, seeking cover, driving, using an item. Those are fast actions.
Screaming.
Free?
Screaming is a specific panic effect. So
Okay. Just, if we're gonna see a giant alien, it might happen. That's why I was asking.
No screaming until you panic. Those are the rules.
So you're voluntarily invoking panic.
damage can be mitigated by armor. Specifically, that's like the number of basically successes or points of damage you're canceling, right? And cover and armor rating like can be folded together. Like cover will give you a number, and armor rating will give you a number.
It's an add.
Excuse me. That's the number of base dice you're going to roll, and successes cancel damage. Excuse me.
Okay.
Okay. That's a little bit more.
Your armor can fail you.
It just hit that weak spot.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see
Close the number.
here. I'm just going through seeing if there's anything that we need to like do right now as opposed to in the moment. Target size is important when ranged combat. Firing at a large target is +2. Firing at a small object, such as a chest burster, is -2. So just important things
Good to know.
to know.
A what now?
You've never heard about... Okay. This is going to be difficult for you, I think. And some common modifications are like long range is -2, large targets +2, darkness is -2. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
aimed shot, if you take the time
we
to
don't have-
aim as a
we don't-
fast action, that's +2.
You don't have dark vision.
No, you're all human beings, unfortunately.
It's in the future. There might be a mod for that. I don't know.
No, it's not. It's not that kind of future. It's
Yeah,
like it's real
All
shit.
right, I
It's-
was just okay.
It's our what, like 60s, 70s retro futures?
Yeah, it's
haven't
really
played
dull.
retro
Like there are robot dudes, and that's basically it.
I mean, it's like
Yeah.
70s, 80s. So.
It's pretty
Yeah,
grimy.
70s, 80s.
Yeah. Ammo again.
But
You
the
don't have to
rolls
worry
are
about tracking
comfortable.
individual bullets, but if you fire a weapon and roll one or more on your
When you're
stress
emptying
dice,
it, yeah.
Click.
clip gets emptied, and you'll make a panic roll because oh shit, I'm out, and then you'll have to reload your weapon, which is a slow action.
Yep.
Ah, okay.
So, say the next time you act in a round, you have to go, okay, I'm going to reload. Do I have a reload of my weapon? Great, now I can keep going.
We're not soldiers. That takes time to do.
It's probably a talent.
Could be, yeah. Would be a good way
When
to-
you are broken, you roll for a critical injury, as I mentioned before. You can't do anything else except for... It literally says you can crawl and mumble through the pain. You can't perform any other actions. You can't roll for any skills.
Can't bore him, right?
And you can't go negative health. Just every time you get hit after that, more critical injuries. Which will eventually lead to you just straight up dying.
You will eventually expire.
Sometimes you'll suffer a critical injury that'll call for a death roll, which is exactly what it sounds like. You got to do a stamina roll. Can't push the roll. You can't roll any stress dice. It's just base stuff.
What if you don't have any anything to
Just
stamina?
strength.
Just strength.
Then
Oh,
you're,
God.
then you're fucked. Congratulations.
All right.
So, stay out of combat?
Well, remember that
I'm good at range.
if I remember
combat.
correctly, stamina is a skill,
It
Yep.
is
and so the base is
strength.
But you still get that dice. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's 2 dice for her.
Yep.
7.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, there's we got
So
4.
again, I'm gonna
6.
stay back here
Mhm.
and then go run.
As a commander, I should be standing behind everybody else anyways.
I'm only standing in front of you if I get hazard pay.
Stress level
I'll hold on to this
increases.
bar, hit the vacuum button.
Stress level usually increases just by 1.
So you
Okay.
do that, and everybody else has to roll a panic roll.
And it happens during these common circumstances. You voluntarily push a skill roll.
I have to make a panic roll
Okay.
and then I let go.
You fire a burst of full auto fire,
Okay.
which is stressful.
Oh.
You suffer
noise.
1 or more points of damage.
It's
Makes sense.
1 or more.
1 or more. You go without sleep, food, or water.
That'll do.
This is a scientist in your team fails to analyze something.
Oh.
Ooh, I
Like
where this
like
is
the
going.
action of failing or the failure to recognize.
I think the action.
That's the same thing in that case. They roll to analyze and then fail.
Fail. You failed to load cargo, and you're stressing me out because that's my bottom line.
Well, no, specifically
Yeah.
it's the scientist analyzing, but if you drop a crate, no one's going to get too stressed about that.
Unless
A member of your
damage
own
it.
crew attacks you,
All right. Okay. Okay.
and you encounter certain creatures or locations as determined by the scenario or the GM. Blah blah blah.
Like aliens.
I don't know what kind of accent.
Yeah.
Maybe Greek.
Greek alien?
Here are the times you need to make a panic roll. Okay. You roll 1 or more ones on your stress dice in a skill roll. Makes sense.
Like Spanish.
You witness a friendly character suffering from a certain panic effect, which I'll like screaming. Screaming is one of those things where, like, if you're close enough and you hear it, roll for panic.
Is it like when you vomit and everyone else around you starts vomiting? Too?
I don't think there's an ipecac effect, but
Okay.
you're pinned down by a ranged attack. That can cause a panic roll.
That would do.
Okay.
You suffer a critical injury. Obviously, when that happens, you suffer a panic roll. You're attacked by a strange alien creature that you've never seen before. Or a truly horrifying event occurs. Maybe it just calls for a panic roll straight up.
If they take both boxes, do you have to take 2?
Fair question.
Some effects on the panic roll table are immediate, or they last 1 round. Others remain in effect until one of these things happens. 1 turn passes, which is, again, 5 to 10 minutes. Remember that. You're broken. Or another character comes to your aid and makes a command roll to, snap you out of it.
In that case, does the stress go down, or you just
stop
have-
panicking.
Stop panicking.
Okay.
Stress is still there.
Yeah.
That is a good way to make sure you don't abuse that skill.
There are other conditions. You can be starving, dehydrated, exhausted. You can be in the vacuum of space, freezing, exploding, diseased, irradiated, drowning, suffocated, blah blah blah. Okay.
Okay.
I think then we're ready to go.
Radiated. That's my favorite.
We're gonna
Oh,
just
yeah.
go ahead and kill Leon, and then we're ready to go.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Leon, are you ready for your death?
Did you feed him?
Yes.
Can you feed him more?
Can we give him I can have Zoe take him out, and then if he doesn't quiet down, I can ply him with peanut butter.
That sounds good. Yes.
Okay. Well, she's in the bathroom right now. I can hear the toilet. So.
Okay.
Ready to get jettisoned into space out of an airlock?
Sounds like it.
So you guys start
I
with
can't hear you whistle in space.
no personal gear except for your signature items that you already have on you, right?
We don't have a ship cat. We have a very annoying ship dog.
We have a leak somewhere, and it just makes this high whistle.
It's definitely one of it's an air pipe because it's just that whistle.
That
Or it's the steam. It's the hot water pipe.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah. An occasional hot air leak from the steam pipe.
Fuck's sake, dog.
You think someone's making tea, but nope. It's not tea.
Let me jot down some page numbers and then we'll be ready to go.
I will go tell Zoe to take him out. Oh, why is that hard? Okay. Please take dog out and get rid of it. Also, remove all the food items from your room.
Range mine is 60. Page 62. Actions, which will be referenced regularly, 55.
Gotta get those good cheat sheets.
Yeah, it's kind of scattered over the whole document, so, you know. I just want to save time here by...
Front loading it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something as more and more time goes on, I'm realizing every RPG needs, like in the back of the book, here's 2 pages of cheat sheet.
Yeah, quick sheet,
material.
yeah, just a cheat sheet. Like, here you
Scan and print, go from there.
Yeah.
Put it right next to the character sheet.
And that's what the cover usually is, right?
So then I can physically buy a cover.
The jacket? The dust jacket or something?
No.
Or not the,
You're
yeah,
talking
not
about
the
the
interior.
The DM
screen.
The screen.
There we go. Like, as soon as I was saying, there we go.
Got you covered.
Yeah, they should just have a DM screen printout, like, in the book.
To give away our back in August.
I messaged Nick, but I didn't. Has not looked yet. Oh, okay, now he has.
He's been playing a lot of PoE, Pillars of Eternity. He just got to the second one. The turn base.
Is that that's so?
That is,
Yes, it's on.
I'm just sending another GIF to be annoying.
I think you should.
just Goldblum or something.
Well, if it had sound, I would say aha, aha, ha, ha.
You just send him a video of you doing that.
That would require me to take video of myself, which I'm staunchly against.
I don't understand. You're very handsome.
I mean, you could just record it and then just attach it to the GIF.
Oh, I see. Yeah, well, that's too much effort.
Then they've got to line them up and sync it.
The point of the GIF is
Or
supposed to
you
be
don't.
speed. You know.
It's kind of.
What are we, high quality GIFs here?
I can usually guess which one Jason sent me based on what I have sent him. More often than not, I get that Joker face one.
There's one image that I love. I don't know if I've shown it to somebody before, which is just it's from Batman the Animated Series, and it's just the Joker looking like completely nonplussed and unimpressed.
I get that one a lot.
It's a perfect reaction. I'm going to see if I can show it to you.
I think it was on your frequently used GIFs because I think I remember
Probably.
seeing that on the menu of your phone.
It should be under frequently used.
It's like the one that pops up.
So get ready for bed.
automatically.
Yeah, that one. I get that one a lot.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I forgot I had this one.
Knew it.
It's an inspirational poster for
I see.
the
Palpatine.
Sheev Palpatine.
Oh.
It just says "Do
Knew
it."
it.
And then this one that I posted on Chris's page, and he was just like, "You win."
Oh,
The snickles.
God. It's disgusting.
Really satisfying. It's just one of the most awful things I've seen. I thought, well, this'll stop it.
Just mental retching.
Yeah. Anyway.
I love that you test these out on me before you send them to other people.
Well, I didn't use snickles
Oh,
on
you sure did. You sent it to me. Yeah.
I showed you it, but I didn't send it to you.
I thought you messaged it to
I
me.
might have messaged it to you, but it wasn't malicious. Is what I'm
No,
telling you.
it's fine. It's one of the perks of being married to you.
Yeah. Oh, sure. There's so many of those.
There are, but you prefer I not talk about them. So
So you guys are on the USCSS Montero. So Rachel, let me. So you are Davis.
I
Right?
am.
Davis.
She's brown hair, brown eyes, tan skin.
Well, we're about to get to. You guys are going to wake up and
Okay,
go
great.
to the galley, right, to eat. So that'll be an opportunity for you to
Okay.
kind of
From cryo sleep or for...
from
Oh, yeah.
hypersleep. Yeah.
Okay.
Robert's playing Rye, right? Kayla Rye, the technician.
Bitter technician.
Well, of course.
Bitter.
What technician isn't?
Yes.
Yes, it
Kaylee,
actually said
right?
trait bitter, and I didn't say
Yeah.
the words, but that says bitter technician.
Cham? Is it Cham?
Yep.
Cham. The roughneck, the cargo guy. Cargo loader, I believe is what they said.
Hail cargo.
And Captain Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Is Lyron supposed to be my last name?
What?
Is Lyron supposed to be my last name then?
No, Lyron's your first name.
Okay.
It's the standard, like, you know,
We go by last names.
Bishop, Kane,
Yep.
you know, Ripley, right? And then, of course, we've got
Very military ass.
Wilson.
Does he carry around a fence over his face?
Do you have like straw hair?
Wilson. Probably.
Are you a volleyball? Wasn't that what Wilson was called?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you're in the hypersleep bay in the Montero. There is a feeling of warmth tracing itself across your body as you hear the tss noise and the lifting off of the sealed compartments. All your sort of nerves are coming back to life. You're feeling sort of cold air against your skin and the fabric of the interior of the cryopods underneath you. And you are slowly coming to with a grogginess, and you're all dehydrated. So please mark that down.
Hey. Were you also naked?
No,
No,
you're not naked in
okay.
those. You're in underwear,
Yeah.
basically.
Are we freezing?
You don't get clothes on eventually.
Well, it seems like
We're getting
from your initial observation, it's like, okay, well, clearly the temperature control system is still working. It's just kind of fucking cold in there, and I don't have any pants on, so you know. So you hear the standard sort of humming of the Montero's engines, and everything seems to be in the hypersleep bay. Everything seems to be a-okay. Everybody's woken up and is slowly climbing out of their pods.
Is this a scheduled wake up?
It seems like it, yeah.
If there's any like computers or something like that to check, I'll make my way over and do so.
God damn,
Something
this
to-
floor is cold.
I put on some pants.
How
Okay.
long has it been, Captain?
Hopefully long enough. Give me a moment. We need to check navigation, make sure we're in the right area. But
I'll get something to drink
Signs are
and then
good.
I'll check our cargo.
I head up to navigation to check out where we are.
So, Captain, you check the computer. You're specifically taking a look at navigation, and you realize pretty quickly that either there's some kind of terrible glitch, or you guys are basically in the ass end of deep space. You guys are nowhere near Sutter's World for some reason. Now, this could be a malfunction of the Navi computer, or it could be the real deal. You won't know until you
We do some
hit the
checking.
bridge and check things out.
all right, well, might just be a technical glitch. Man, I hope it is, but
That's never a good sign. when you
we're
say
not
that.
where we're supposed to be.
Kind of look over your shoulder,
Fucking new shit.
swear, and then
think
go
you
up
can
to the
fix it,
bridge.
Ryan?
I'll say like
Let me be clear, before you do anything else, you just got a hypersleep. You haven't eaten for like months. So
Yeah.
you need to go get food and
Pretty
water.
dehydrated.
Okay.
Also, since you're dehydrated, if you stay dehydrated, you can't recover health or relieve stress. Every shift you suffer 1 point of damage and your stress level increases 1 step.
Ooh.
And if you're broken while dehydrated, you must make a death roll for every shift without liquid.
Okay, fine. I'll stop by the cafeteria on my way to the bridge.
Heading to the galley. Okay.
Yep.
I'll put some clothes on and then head to the galley.
Well, obviously, yeah. That's usually the standard procedure.
Yeah.
So you head in, retrieve some units of water and some sort of prefabricated sort of meal rations and things like that. Quickly fire that up and begin sort of refueling your body. Has everybody headed to the galley to
Yeah.
take care of that?
Yeah.
Well, now would be a good time to sort of describe to each other roughly what your characters are like, right? So what they look like and who they are and the kind of people that they are, right? In terms of, like, a little bit of personality, right? Because not everybody is familiar right now with every member of the ship. But you guys are a proper crew. You've been working. Let me be
For a
clear.
while.
The players are not. The characters have been working together, so they know each other. So you're sitting in this sort of circular, white, sort of semi-padded room, and you've got sort of these trays out and these drawers pulled out, and all of these sort of. You're very quickly making coffee and drinking water and putting, like shitty freeze-dried cornbread together and all this stuff. Trying to get back into sort of the swing of things. Trying to get your mind running and your body running.
Okay. Captain Miller is late 40s, African American woman, has kind of a short afro, always tends to be like chasing that bottom line, never tends to have enough money, and as a result, you always notice that anytime she can make a little bit more, she'll push for it. And if there's luxuries or other items like that, you've usually had to beg if you honestly wanted it.
Pilot Davis is, like I said, brown hair, brown eyes, tan skin. I imagine she's about average height. It didn't actually say. Slim and
7'4".
yes, 7
Nice.
She
I'm sorry, 4'7".
oh, that's
Dyslexia.
probably more
I
accurate.
misread
She's a little bit.
It's canon now.
I don't know. She's a pilot, man. She doesn't want to just go the speed limit on the highway. She really wants to have a little bit of fun with her flying. But I get the feeling she doesn't need a whole lot in terms of luxuries and stuff like that. So she's probably pretty okay with Captain Miller's way of running things, which is probably why they're buddies. But yeah, other than that, she's always looking for a way to get there a little faster. Just make the ride a little bit more interesting. And safety limits are kind of guidelines.
They're more like guidelines. So, Rye she looks to be somewhat Latin descent. And she's got like shortish hair. Somewhat masculine for a woman, and kind of tall and muscular. And she has a pretty much bad attitude towards everybody. And
What about your buddy?
she gets along with you okay.
Yeah.
But she's just mainly pissed off because she thinks she does the most work and gets paid the least.
Job sucks. Let's just be
Yeah.
fair,
Yep.
Also, I think she's the youngest person on the crew. She's like 23 or something.
Yeah, Davis is 27. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
guess I'm the oldest.
40s.
Yep. Late 40s.
Since you're the captain.
Mm-hmm. Gotta get that experience.
Lyron, Cham. Grew up in the colonies. Family's all power loaders, so I just played with power loaders all the time. Hated it there. Never saw my family. Love it here, though. You're my true family. I'll do anything for you guys.
He's loyal.
Huh?
He's loyal.
Sounds like it.
Probably like... I think it kind of looks more like Greekish. Probably like black hair.
Yeah, I can see that. Kind of like a Greek look.
Oh, yeah. Olive skin.
Olive skin, you know.
Have
Okay.
the mustache.
What is our NPC player like, Jason?
Oh, yes, right.
We woke him up late. As a joke.
So,
We left him no food.
We didn't want him waking up first.
so,
Good job on that, Ryan.
So, along with you in the galley
Off on
is
the table.
a African American man with a relatively short haircut, kind of tight to the head, and a goatee. Wearing he's put on his sort of dress shirt and slacks. That's sort of his standard issue corporate sort of uniform. He's in his early 40s. He's been with you for like 6 months now, evaluating your performance, specifically to see whether or not the ship and the crew should be scrapped and fired or promoted and given a new ship. So there's a little bit of necessary ass-kissing going on. But Wilson, he's actually come to like you guys. You have this motley assortment, but there's no room for advancement in this work. And as just like any other Weyland-Yutani agent, he's ambitious. He wants to move up the rungs, climb up the ladder, right? And he looks like I'm going to start a different message group so that I can show you specifically all of you images. It's mostly porn. I'm forgetting. No. Okay. Well, I will pop Wilson's file in there.
Or are you supposed to know things about him, or just what he looks like?
Actually, well, I'm still going to start this thing because you guys need to know the layout of the Montero. But I will just show you a picture of what Wilson looks like. So Wilson. Wilson looks like this. Yeah, sort of like
guy from The Office.
what's the Craig Robinson? I think is his name, right?
Yeah.
Sort of like that, but not funny.
Does he try to be funny?
We'll find out, I guess.
Oh,
He's actually Steve Carell.
Okay, so a lot of you are again sort of fueling your bodies in the galley. Very quickly, you see that Wilson turns to you, Captain, and he's like, "Now that might have been just coming out of sleep, but you said something about us not being where we're supposed to."
well, you know how it was earlier on. We were getting some weird signals.
Yeah, the sensor thing.
Yeah, it could be related to that. It might have been pointing us in the wrong direction. I'm hoping it's just unable to determine where we are properly.
Fingers crossed. Bridge in?
Yeah, if everybody's ready. At least a couple of us need to head that way.
Yeah.
Should I make a check of our cargo?
Oh, hold on. Let me finish this shitty coffee first.
I can take it with you if you want.
As a joke, I don't need this.
Yeah, Cham, take a look at cargo. Make sure everything's where it should be.
Proper manifest.
Quick check. We don't have like a... Oh no, we do have Mother. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've got a mother.
Rye, do you want to check out Mother? Make sure there's nothing wrong with her circuits.
Yeah.
Well, you would know immediately, Captain, that specifically to get into Mother's mainframe, Rye wouldn't have access to that. You've got the punch card for that.
Okay. In which case, I'll go check on Mother. See what you can find out
I'll
from the
check the
bridge.
system.
Yeah. Davis,
Do
you as
every
well.
goddamn thing else around.
You know the ship fairly well.
I imagine that I've already shoved all my food down and I'm waiting by the door like,
figure my meal's actually like a protein shake.
All right, I'm not running a military ship here. You're free to go.
Gone.
All right, following behind you, I guess.
Yeah.
Following after the quick footsteps of
walking
Davis.
slowly.
Right.
Slow him down.
Yeah, of course.
Slow her down.
Okay, so you, Cham, you're heading off to the cargo area.
Yep.
So you make your way to the back, passing through your boots clanging along the sort of the thin metal rotted walkways. And it's still damn cold on a ship, but you're starting to acclimatize to it. So you make your way down and you check, open up the cargo unit. Specifically you take a look through sort of the slightly frosted glass that's set into the hauling unit with all the tanks of
Gas.
of helium-3 involved. Everything seems shipshape. Yeah, there's just
All the readouts, what they were. I would assume they'd be like pressure.
this being you can check a nearby terminal and everything seems nominal. Yeah, it looks like the
I'm mostly just making sure there were no leaks.
none that the
System's reading.
the
out.
system's reading. Yeah.
Cool. That would hurt our bottom line.
No spacewalks.
Yet.
So, Rye, what were you doing?
I'm going to run a diagnostic on the system.
On which system?
On
Specifically.
the navigation system.
Okay, so yeah. So you head up to the bridge and make me a comtech roll.
Say I'm already there too. I was going first and she was slowing her
What are you
down.
doing?
Checking on navigation, man. Where the hell are we?
I have 2 successes.
Okay. So as part of comtech, right? I'll just give you an example of things you can do since you have more than one success, right? You can use that extra success to die. You can use that extra success. I'm sorry, I said
First
that
of
out
all,
loud. You can show off, you can hide your tracks, get new or unexpected information, do it quickly, in half the time, say. You don't need to roll to overcome the exact same challenge in the future, or you can gain a +1 mod to a later skill roll related to this one.
Okay, is the corporate guy with us on the bridge?
He has not gotten there yet, but he was on his way when you last saw him.
Okay, so it wouldn't do any good to impress him right now. So I'll go for extra information.
Okay. So you're able to diagnose the system, and navigation seems to be reporting nominal. It appears to be functioning perfectly well. The two of you, Ryan and Davis, sort of looking at the system itself, star charts, everything coming together. You realize very quickly that the system is right. You are in the middle of deep space. Nowhere near Sutter's world. And it's not a glitch.
Well, it seems like that idiot got us lost.
Fuck. She didn't. What are you talking about? She didn't do anything.
Well, you're the pilot. Is it your fault then?
No, of course not. I'm trying to work right now.
No, I'm doing my job and half the other people's jobs.
Wilson strides in. What's the story?
Oh, we're in the ass into space. Navigation system's working perfectly.
What's got Miller?
Check in on Mother.
Yeah.
If you're ready for bed, go get in bed.
So you went inside to an actual sort of mainframe Mother unit. Put this in your punch card, and you enter in to the Mother chamber. So you sit down at the control panel and punch in and begin interfacing directly with Mother. You see very quickly that there were some automated attempts by Mother after the hypersleep was terminated, right? To hail Sutter's world and to try to get in contact with their beacon tower to get that return ping, right? Nothing. You also realize that there is a new priority message for you.
I'll open the message.
I will message you the information.
You thought it was gonna be spoken aloud.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let me see if I can.
Plugs for everyone.
Please leave the room.
It's always so much easier to just have the DM and the player leave the room.
Or note cards.
Or not cards. But that takes a while to write. If
Well,
it's
if-
short.
If you have them pre-scripted or
Yes.
Like paranoia style.
I look in the bushes when you find a tiger. Oh, tiger baby. Adoption.
You will be my kitten.
It sounds like a vacuum that's dying.
Just that bot, yeah.
It's old tech, man. What can I say? It's new old tech. What can I say?
It's just like there's just a single hole in one of
You can talk to Mother if you want to
Okay.
via the
Text
interface.
interface.
Text interface.
Yay.
What is mother? They never ask you.
Meanwhile, I'm in the bridge trying to figure out how to fix this.
Well, unless you can get us to where we were going, then yeah, that's how you fix it.
Probably start making my way to the bridge.
You got time. Like walk and whistle.
Can I do a routine check on like the other systems?
Sure. Yeah. You have to do another contact roll for him.
Oh wow, 7 dice, nothing.
Mistakes were made.
What? Sorry, now? What'd you get?
7 dice, nothing.
No successes. Okay. Well, so you've sort of
Two twos. 1, 3,
Yeah.
4, and 5.
No,
well,
5 wasn't there.
you've sort of pushed against your core competencies at this point. You're not so much a computer technician as you are sort of a machinery technician. So you've gotten to the point where, all right, well, there's clearly they need somebody more qualified. Maybe the captain can come in and check this out, but otherwise, I don't really know what I'm looking at.
Actually, that's my really good skill.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case,
I am not a com.
You're not paid enough to worry about this.
the effects of hypersleep are still kind of fogging your brain a little bit. It's difficult to kind of jump through the hoops and make sense of.
Are we still dehydrated?
Yeah. Well, unless you did, you guys.
Yeah, we
drink-
all
yeah. Well, then
drink
yeah.
and
Check, check that off.
Imbibe.
Yeah, get rid of that.
Because otherwise I would drink some more, get some more like Gatorade kind of slurries.
Space Gatorade.
Ooh, Spacerade. Tang. Of course, it would be Tang.
Yeah. Tang and
Just like a
Ovaltine.
weird horn.
Oh. This is a very lengthy conversation between Mother and...
It takes a while to key in. And Mother has that, like, processing time. Not your HAL 9000 style AI.
How far away is the captain from the bridge?
Not very far.
Okay.
No, I mean the mother chamber is like it's off the bridge. Like you can see,
Oh.
like the mother chamber is like attached to the bridge, so you could like go over there and be like, "Hey,
Knock, knock, knock.
So is would the doors still be closed? After
no,
you
it's
went
a
in?
sealed." Yeah,
Yeah.
No, yeah. It's meant to be like one person in there at a time. It's like an anti-static chamber and everything like that. So it's like,
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna be making my way out.
okay.
What kind of check would I do to see what it would take to get us back on track here? As like my piloting skill. Or would that be more of a where the hell are we? And juxtaposition of where we're supposed to be.
I mean, you can do a piloting check if you like.
See how far we're.
See how far it would, yeah, how long it would take maybe. Okay.
If we have enough fuel.
At this point,
I mean,
valid concern.
yeah. Plus side of deep space travel, you only need enough fuel to run, like, cryo sleep. After you get some momentum, you're good.
It just goes.
Yeah, you just need enough fuel to stop.
So I roll piloting and agility, right? Yeah.
Yeah, remember it's your attribute plus your skill.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was supposed to be rolling 8 dice. Well, I got 1 whole success.
Well, that's good. You succeeded.
Great, because I got 3 ones.
So taking a look at the navigational star charts and cross-referencing that with Mother and the other computer systems, you realize that, okay, well, if we're still trying to get to Sutter's world, it's going to take basically the same amount of time that you were in hypersleep to get back there.
Okay.
Like to make a sort of a triangle back to... So the round trip journey is like... At this point, with the supplies that you have and the schedule that you've got, it's not happening.
Is there anywhere else around that we could sell this stuff at?
Doesn't appear to be. Like I said, this is the ass end of nowhere.
Okay.
With that, you hear the door to the anti-static mother chamber.
That's handy, because at
opens
the
up.
exact moment I go, Cat, Miller, come here.
Sorry, I need to have a little conversation with Wilson. Don't worry about navigation right now. I'll fill you in a moment.
What do you mean, don't...
Wilson, on me.
Sure thing.
We're gonna make our way back to somewhere kind of private, probably the med chambers.
Oh, you go to the med bay? Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, there's nobody in there. Right?
Pass me in the hall.
Yeah, and just, like, you see a very, like, stern face, but there's definitely that, like, feeling behind the eyes.
Probably just like good luck.
Yes. Get the hat tip.
I head into the bridge.
Enter into med, and as soon as he's in, close the door behind him.
You know I'm married, right?
Cute, but no. Look, do you know this isn't a cargo run?
I thought it was.
I just got new orders that say otherwise.
From who?
Company.
From Mother?
Yeah.
To do what?
We're gonna find out, but we're in the right place.
So we're supposed to be out here in the ass end of shit?
Apparently that's what we're getting paid for. I don't know what we're gonna do with that cargo hold. But
Well, Captain, I don't need to remind you that if it's a company order, we gotta follow it, because otherwise, no shares, no nothing.
I'm looking to get paid.
No.
Just trying to figure out how much of this was planned beforehand is all.
I was hoping this would be simple.
You and me both, Wilson. But here we are. little more complicated than we bargained for.
Look, I'm not keyed into the command structure. Obviously, as far as the higher ups are concerned, I might as well be a grub. However, I know enough about the way this politics work that, WY is going to run like however they feel. You know, they're going to give out orders left and right. They're not going to tell the left hand what the right hand is doing. So, if this is what they're asking for, then we're going to have to deal with it.
All right. As long as we're getting paid, I don't mind.
Well, provided you follow Mother's orders,
To the letter.
Shouldn't be an issue.
All right. Well, let's go back to the bridge. Everybody needs to be filled in then.
Well, we should probably leave one at a time. Don't want to raise any suspicions.
Sure.
That's a joke. Talking about him married. Okay. You guys gotta lighten up.
Let him leave first. Just like take a moment to just head in hands. All right. So effectively following him back onto the bridge. All right, listen up. WT is paying us for not hauling this cargo, but responding to a distress call in this area. It's not what we're trained for, but it's what we're getting paid for, so it's what we're doing.
It's a hell of a lot more fun than a cargo run.
Sure is, I'll give you that, but they didn't give us much on details. Some sort of spaceship. Yeah, it knows where it is. We should be able to follow the beacon no more than 5,000 kilometers from here. Should be a short little jaunt. Give us some time to figure out what the hell we're doing. That being said, I don't know what they want us to do with the cargo.
We can use it as fuel to get back.
If you can find some way to do that, feel free to spend some time figuring it out, but right now, for all I know, we're going to get another update about what we're supposed to be doing with this stuff.
Even if your orders have changed, you do that, you're pretty much fired.
Yeah. That's company property.
That's company property, yeah.
I'm just like looking at you going,
Alright, well, let's follow that beacon.
All right.
Ship's company prep.
Ride, do a quick scan for it.
Company prep.
Lock onto that beacon so Davis can get us there. Cham, I guess you got free time. Do what you want.
Anything I should be prepping?
I don't know if we're going in for search and rescue or what. They said investigate. So I'm assuming that means we need to board. So prep some suits, if we've got any. Make sure we've got light. About all I can think of.
Specifically, Captain, you know, and Cham, you guys would all sort of know that there are 5 IRC Mark 50 compression suits with air supply 5 in each, ready to go. And they're all equipped with sort of like shoulder-mounted lamps, and good stuff.
Yeah.
Lighting available. So as long as those are still intact and good to go, then everybody, even including Wilson, could probably board any ship that you come across.
Are we spec'd in hull breaches or anything like that? Do I need patches or
No idea.
things to open doors?
All they said was
Power loader.
investigate. I would say prep for the worst, but let's try not to waste any money on this.
You have a power loader, but that's probably going to be too big to actually
Too big to get through like a...
You do have a cutting torch, though, so just in case you need to, manually
door.
open anything, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, so I'm
But-
going to get tools like that ready.
All the gear on the ship is of course, distributed by Captain Miller by order, rather than just sort of hanging around. So,
Cool. All right. Plot us a course. Follow us that course. Make sure our stuff's working. Wilson, if you've got to send any message or something, now's the time.
If I do, they ain't gonna listen. They give the orders out here. They don't listen to anything back. They don't want to hear from us until we've done our job. You know?
So I assume it's another Comtech check.
Yes, that's another contact.
Let's see if I can do better this time.
I already see 1 6.
That's good.
That's 2 6s.
Let's do
Okay. 2 6s.
Nice.
So not only do I do it impressively.
Okay, so very quickly you sort of your fingers dance across the keys. You put in the sort of an elegant, minimal sort of program check. You're ready to go. So you have managed to triangulate on the signal. It looks like it's probably about approximately 5,000 kilometers out. So you're gonna come upon this thing any time now, right? But even though you're going at sort of sublight speed, this thing should show up pretty soon in the next like 30 minutes. You know.
Do I need to do a piloting check then?
Once I get that done, I just kind of look back at Wilson and say, yeah, that's why I'm the most important member of the crew.
I look at Miller. I roll my eyes.
You get eye roll returns.
Suddenly the bridge is filled with the sounds of klaxons. Red alerts. The bridge is bathed in red light. Very quickly, you hear Mother come over the intercom system. Collision course. Detecting approach. Brace for collision.
Rye,
Brace for collision.
Rye, you had one job.
She is the fucking pilot.
You very quickly realize that since you're probably closest to sort of the general sort of bridge display, you realize that there's a small area without stars growing closer and closer to the Montero.
What can I do? Piloting something?
You're going to have to.
Great, cool.
Make a piloting check at -2, however.
Because surprise.
Surprise!
Also because it's just like blackness coming towards you. It's not even like a proper shape.
Avoid the nothing.
I'm gonna push it.
Push it real good?
Push it real
Okay,
good.
so put some stress on there.
Push in the darkness.
Check your stress.
Push
You
the
got 1
dial.
stress?
Yeah.
Is it push back?
And do I re-roll
It
all
might.
of them, or?
Just the ones that don't show 6s. So in this case, it'd be all, right?
I mean, if it's collision course, it might.
Come on.
Yes.
You succeed?
Yes. I got one.
Okay. So you get under the controls, you call the navigation computer, you take sort of manual control of the thing, and you begin to sort of very strenuously move the ship off to a sort of a side course. And this thing, as it grows closer and closer, you can see that it is actually a proper ship, some kind of vessel with no lights on, externally, or it seems like internally, completely black. Heading towards you, and you just managed to sort of barely scrape the side of the hull. You see probably a little bit of cosmetic damage, some things that's going to be taken care of in dry dock, but otherwise you managed to avoid collision.
Come to a complete stop, and I say, Captain,
We found it.
we found it.
That was fucking ominous.
Well, we
Good.
made it.
I'll get checking on that equipment.
Good piloting there.
Thanks. It's almost like I don't brag about my achievements.
Try to double
What?
check our equipment,
What
make
is
sure
it?
there's no malfunctions.
Come here. Get some ropes.
Which equipment specific?
Like mostly the suits. Make sure I have the.
Oh, sure,
coverage and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Well, you don't need to make a check for that. You can look them over. These things haven't been used in a little while, just because there hasn't been a lot of like spacewalking or sort of work that needs to be done that it doesn't have a breathable atmosphere. So, yeah, these things are still in good condition. Everything's ready to go. Yeah, they're all ship shape.
Is this the ship we're looking for?
Hope so.
Well,
What?
currently, the Montero they have sort of front and side mounted floodlights.
Mhm.
Those aren't on right now. So if you kick them on, maybe you could have a better look at this thing.
Yep.
Do I kick him on, or does she have to?
Doesn't matter
I'll kick him on.
where somebody hits the button.
Great.
So the floodlights flash on, and you can see basically a historical relic floating in front of you. You see that it is a Heliades class spacecraft called the USCSS Cronus. You guys are all vaguely familiar with, to some extent, the Cronus, because it launched, 73 years ago. It's been missing for that long. And here it is right in front of you.
Maiden voyage.
Running on minimal power, it looks like. Exterior and interior lights all off. You're still getting the SOS signal. Mother has already independently confirmed that this is the source of the distress signal. But this thing looks like a ghost ship.
Son of a bitch, we're boarding a museum.
Looks like Wayland's got us hunting the past.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a rescue mission.
No, definitely not.
Unless we're rescuing the whole.
I'm not sure what we're supposed to investigate, but I'm going to make the assumption we're looking for why this went missing.
Sure.
Fair enough.
Message for Captain Miller.
I'll let you know in a moment. I'll card into Mother again. Make my way in.
Very quickly you
Spin around
realize
in the seat.
that with this new data, some things have changed. Specifically, you have new orders.
New orders. new orders. Just keep a neural uplink with me at all times so I can just...
Cybernetics? No, that's not our future.
Can we deploy our dog with peanut butter and put our child to bed?
Sure. Plan both with peanut butter. I don't care.
Drowned him in peanut butter.
Sally, did you actually take your melatonin? Why is there one on the counter then? I don't have enough mom patients for this tonight.
They're optimistic.
Is the claw chamber where we would...
Well, you being the cargo master are a master of the claw game, because that's how you move cargo. This is why we're losing so much money every week. Feeding it into the claw machine.
How am I supposed to pick up gas with a claw?
I'm trying to change the name of it. There we go.
Because I'm trying to think, where's our docking?
You have a there's an umbilical chamber basically,
Yeah, that's...
and that extends a 10-meter long passageway that connects to other airlocks.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Just didn't see it on Ontario. Almost read it as Monsanto.
Monsanto. No, thankfully not. No.
If we're piloting Monsanto, we're going right into the ground.
So you're also given inside the mother chamber. It spits out this sort of data disk that Mother
I
informs
should have
you
been rolling all eight of those on those com checks.
that
I should have been rolling all eight of those on the com checks. Yeah.
that Mother informs you is some historical plans for the layout of the Cronus itself. They still have that on file, as the ship is a Wayland
I
manufacturer.
guess it says it, doesn't it?
Entity.
It's
No, it's
4-3.
yeah. I just
Pocket those for now.
27.
Share them with the crew when
Yeah,
we're out of here.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because it looks like you're liquefied.
So Davis has brought the ship to a halt. However, the Cronus is still. It looks like it is still drifting at sublight, probably 0.04 light speed or something like that. Probably being carried by inertia at this point.
Yeah.
It's just simply drifting.
Is there something else I need to do?
Well, Miller,
Eventually.
Davis, the both of you know that if you're looking to board this ship, you're going to have to, first of all, turn around, match speed and course, and then try to get the umbilical out to attach to the external airlock.
Do you want me to do it, or do you want to do it?
Is it heavy machinery to hook up the umbilical cord?
This is some finer piloting. I'd rather you do it.
Okay.
Mother can definitely help, but
Is it piloting or heavy machinery, or what is it?
Well, piloting would probably be to line up.
Piloting is, but yeah, you're literally trying to get the ship alongside speed and course properly.
Do I have a negative or anything?
No. However, if you fail, you may end up scraping the Montero again, which will cause more repairs later on. But
I will not be happy. But we will continue.
I got a success. It's fine.
okay, so you're able to move the ship around and then
Who's this one?
drift off to the
Does he have
side.
stress dice?
Oh, thank you. I need to roll stress die. Thank you.
Fair point.
Oh, I got a 6. So
Okay,
2
good.
successes.
2 successes. Very good. So, you turn the ship around, you turn the Montero around, and you're able to sort of drift alongside it, keeping course and speed with it. Rye, you're the one sort of most qualified to actually take the umbilical thing and actually attach it to the.
So it's contact.
That's actually a heavy machinery roll.
Oh, so that'd be me.
Oh, would that be you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured that might be me.
Yeah.
People
Somebody
like
get on the
machine
intercom and let Cham know that.
No.
Yeah, you got what? 6?
That's 8.
8?
Nice.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
opposed to my 3.
Because I'm guessing the suits are probably near the umbilical cord, so I'm probably nearby there. Because you might have to do it at that. What can 4 successes buy me?
4 successes
it is
You
Lance.
showing off.
on a
That's
heavy, on a
funny.
heavy
Four
machinery roll.
successes and 3 more 5s.
5s don't count for shit.
Yeah, I know.
That Lance lock.
So what heavy machinery allows you to do, so if you did the stunts are you show off, you act quietly, you break it permanently, if that's something you intend to do. You do it quickly in half the time it normally take. You don't need to roll to overcome the exact same challenge in the future. And you get a +1 mod to a later skill roll relating to this one.
Do I also get to pick one of those because I got 2 6s?
It's a little different for piloting, but yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
It's basically showing off or a +1 mod to a later skill roll relating to this
+1 mod. Please.
so would not having to roll include like detaching it? Not
Yeah, I
just
mean, it's
detaching
the,
it?
it's the yeah, it's the
Pretty related.
yeah. That would be fair. Like, I don't have to do this anymore. I'm used to it now.
Okay. That I'll do it quickly and
You got 3. So
I got 3.
yeah, remember because you only need 1 success. You got 4.
Yeah, so I'll do it quickly. I'll do it, not have to roll, and then
Impressively.
Impressing no one but yourself,
I'll,
or the captain. I guess the captain will know. Like, oh, it's out already.
That was fast.
Wilson's still on the bridge. You can see Captain Miller. Everybody's still on the bridge. You can see Wilson kind of with his hands in his slack pockets, just kind of looking out at this ship.
I'll do +1 dice to forward.
Later skill roll relating to this one.
Related to
Okay.
this one.
Sounds good. So you extend the umbilical chamber. You can hear the whirring of machinery as it sort of extends towards the Cronus, and you hear it make contact with the outer hull, and then it begins to retract back towards the Montero.
Can I look outside? Is there like there'll probably be a viewport or like a
Yeah, well,
camera
you've got
system?
sort of like a rough camera system, yeah, or you can just like look out the porthole or whatever. You can see that. Okay, it's no go. It looks like something has happened to the main airlock of the Cronus. It's damaged in some way, so the umbilical chamber is not actually able to latch on and connect and create the air pressure differential.
Do I know if I can get it to partially latch and then manually fully latch it through an EVA?
That's a good question. Give me another heavy machinery roll.
Ooh. Ooh, spicy.
I'll push.
Okay, mark a stress.
So then I get a stress?
Yeah. Every time you push a roll, you get a stress.
Yeah, but I was thinking, do I get that stress?
Yes. Yeah, immediately. Yeah.
Oh no.
Hey! Yeah.
Man, I rolled 5! I rolled 5 successes!
Game over, man.
Game over!
I can't do it.
Man, I had 5 successes.
I'm so glad that somebody did it, because now I know.
Immediately, yeah. You and Dice Luck are just interesting.
Oh, I did have 1-1 on that last one, but now we've got 5 6s.
And they count for nothing.
So can I know if I can do it? Because I can think of a way to spin this panic.
Well, you don't really... the panic just means you have to make a... You stressed out, so what I need you to do is just roll a d6 that you're not using. 2. And what's your current stress level?
1.
So that's 3.
Well, you don't automatically die.
Nothing. You're keeping it together.
So I'm not panicked?
Yeah, your panic
The
roll.
effect is you manage to keep your nerves in check. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, for instance, if you had rolled whatever that number was, and say that was a 6,
Yeah.
plus your 1 stress level would have been 7, you would have had a nervous twitch.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah.
So higher number is bad.
So I technically didn't succeed.
No. No, you can stress and panic and still
No,
succeed.
but I mean the check itself, because I panicked.
No, every time you roll 1 or more on the stress dice, you have to make a panic roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying, that check actually was rolling for. I did not succeed because I panicked, right?
No, it still
just
happened.
succeed?
You still have successes.
Okay, so I
Oh,
still
cool.
have, because I thought you immediately panicked, and so then that check.
You
fails.
can't push at that point.
Oh, you can't push.
But
Okay.
if you still succeeded on the roll, you still succeed.
Okay,
That's the thing.
'Cause I thought you had.
No. It doesn't negate your success. It just means that you can't push because now you have to deal with panic.
Okay. Okay.
So you're still
Succeed with
good.
Flying colors.
So I have 5 successes.
So you realize that so the Montero is not exactly a state-of-the-art ship. You're already hauling this Daisy canister carrier back there, which has got all that helium-3 in it. That thing's probably 80 years old. I mean, you're used to working around with slightly faulty, slightly old, stubborn equipment. So you realize that, you can override the sort of automatic system that prevents connection. You can fully extend it out to touch the hull, and then do your best to, if you get on a suit,
Yep.
go into the umbilical station and then try to sort of magnetically contact. You could probably do that and then try to cut through the airlock. It's not going to be... It's a patch job. It's not going to be necessarily airtight and foolproof, but it'll do it.
So if there's a comm unit,
However, it may be likely that you would still need the suits
to get in.
to go through. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's instead of trying to do a spacewalk or something like that. You would just have a narrow tunnel to walk through. Yeah.
Because I figure I can't even tell if life support's
There may not. Yeah, there
On
may
the
not
other
even be.
side. So I'll go to the nearest comm captain.
What is it, Cham?
Tried to get the umbilical cord, but it looks like the hatch on the other side is a little damaged. I figured out a way to get a workaround, but it's only temporary. And the door might have to come off. Their door, at least. So...
As long as they've got another one on the inside, that's fine. Look, whatever you do, keep in the back of your mind that we need this ship functional.
Our ship or their ship?
Both.
Preferably.
It's like...
If you need to cut a hole in it, fine. Just make sure you're not cutting anything vital to it moving.
And door won't stop it from moving.
I mean, worst case scenario, you can like airlock, seal off that chamber, and just if it's exposed to space, it's exposed to space. But
Yeah, then it's well, yeah. So I'll do the plan of get the umbilical cord out, put on my own suit, and then prepare to cut that door down.
Connect it with duct tape.
Weld.
Then you gotta weld the access panel, and then you get the manual physical override for the door, the pneumatic override, and then it'll just pop right open.
okay.
Mostly, I'm thinking is that it won't attach to the actual door, so it won't stay. in
You
place.
extend the umbilical chamber. Sure enough, it very slowly makes contact with the hull of the Cronus. You realize that there's just not, because of the way that the umbilical cord attaches and the exterior airlock's damage, this thing is not getting like latched on. It will stay extended, and since you are keeping pace, course, and speed with the ship, everything should be fine to cut in and get in. But if either the Cronus or the Montero, their ship or course suddenly changes, you know,
We're fucked.
you've got to tunnel out into just space. Does that make sense?
Well, we'd be kind of fucked anyways because it's not like the inertia would transfer from the umbilical cord, but it would keep a little bit, but not that much.
It ain't good.
Is there no way to well, no, welding would be probably.
Welding would be, you'd have to weld a lot of like cubic feet basically, and it would be like barely
Timely.
holding together at best. It would take a long time, and it would be just like, you know,
It's a stress point.
like scotch taping it together.
yeah, any bit of stress, it's just gonna shear off.
Yeah.
Just because we're dealing with things that are on the astronomical scale of
So
the weights. Yeah.
So I'll try to put on my suit and try to open the door while we're waiting. Would this be a +1 to the future check kind of situation?
I think that's fair. Yeah. So give me I imagine there's still heavy machinery.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to manually open this damaged airlock.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Sure. Yeah.
7, 8 +1 dice, and that +1 dice is not a stress dice.
No, it's just a regular dice. Damn it! No. Now you're gonna panic again.
That's an extra 4 successes.
I love the idea of him panicking before anything
Yeah.
happens.
Just sitting down
Why can't I
to
do my
like
job right?
opening the diary.
I can do it. It's just very stressful
It's that classic, like, writing in the diary and you snap the pencil.
Right.
all the time. Oh,
Why?
Okay, I will be right back.
why can't they make better pencils for space? Oh wait, that's why they made pens.
Yeah.
That's the funny joke of the Russians were like, "Yo, we decided not to use a pen. We decided to use a pencil." But then, of course, pencils
Yep.
also cause static.
And all of a sudden it's like, hey, you're floating around with a serious health and safety violation
No,
waiting to happen.
it's more of, oh, fire just broke out. Oops.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
You get the Chris Pratt face. Fire detected.
Have you seen anything from observation? The game.
That's the, like, Czech sci-fi, right? Yeah.
I think it is. But yeah, like the space little puzzle.
Oh, no, not
story.
that one.
It's,
No,
it's like a 4-hour game.
I was thinking of Observer. Sorry.
Yeah, this is like a.
I think I've seen
It's almost a visual novel.
I've seen like PR stuff for it, but nothing
It's
exact.
great. You'd love it. I
So-
suggest it for our next group play.
So, you're talking about observation?
Yeah.
I do want to play that, so I just got to get it.
It's so good.
It's by the same people who did Stories Untold. You're familiar with that?
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
That had good writing.
This one's great.
So you got out. So you've extended the umbilical chamber. You get on your pressurized suit. You walking through. You make your way over to the airlock, and you realize, yeah, this thing is not opening without some kind of
Torch.
You're gonna have to cut into it.
That's what I
Yeah.
come prepared.
Yeah. So you begin the
excellent
cutting
torch.
procedure. About 10 minutes later, you're finally able to sort of make enough headway. This is an airlock. It's not like just a piece of sheet metal.
No.
Right.
It's pretty thick.
So you manage to cut in to the point where you can physically separate the panels and create a person-shaped hole roughly to get inside. I need you to roll for your air supply because you have that suit on.
Yep.
And it has an air supply of 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
That
So-
sounds right, yeah. From what you said earlier.
So that's
Let me triple check that. So what you need to do is roll the sanity die.
sanity or yeah. And that it's just that, no plus anything.
Not sanity. I mean stress.
Stress, yeah.
But yes,
But it's only stress, no.
just stress.
Oh,
Good news.
no successes, but no ones.
everyone. Your oxygen remains.
A mini straight.
I've taught the toaster to feel love.
For my mini Yahtzee, I got small straight.
Okay, so
Oh, I dropped one of my stress.
oh, supply. That's what I'm looking for. What number is that? 28. I wrote these numbers down for a reason.
Aha!
Aha. So, would you get any ones?
No, it was
Okay, so your supply for air is
2,
still
2,
good.
3, 4, 5.
No.
Okay. So luckily, you managed to get this done in enough time and not expend too much oxygen that you have to think about refueling at some point. You're good to go.
It would have gone down by 1 dice if I had failed, or is it 1?
Your rating would have gone down by 1, in which case you'd be rolling a number of stress dice equal to that rating instead of. So it would be 4, so now you'd be rolling 4 dice, etc., etc.
But it only goes down 1 rating at a time.
Supply rating is decreased by 1 for every one roll.
For every one roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could, in theory, go from 5 to
To
0.
nothing. Yes.
Oof.
You just
Just a big breather. You just love breathing.
or you're just a talker. You're just talking way too much. McChatty,
Just by yourself, just chatting. No. Okay. You now have an extended umbilical cord passageway and a large enough breach into the airlock that you can put your crew through.
If there's not like a column in this suit, then
There's a rudimentary communication thing in your suit. Yeah.
Radio. Bluetooth.
doors open.
No, because even in 2183, it'd be like, fuck, I gotta reconnect. God damn it.
Come on.
I'm connected to somebody's salsa playlist now.
Door's been open. Come down when you're ready.
I'm making my way onto the bridge from Mother after this.
What is it?
Alright, I've got the specifics, but somebody let Cham know he really shouldn't be wandering around that ship yet. Buddy system, at the very least.
Jam, hold your position and maybe just back into our own ship for now.
I was planning to make sure
We'll meet you
Just-
down there.
We'll meet you down there.
I don't want to waste oxygen. Captain would be mad.
lean over to the comm. I'm gonna be mad if you're dead, Cham. Gonna be real
Aw.
mad about that.
That makes me happy. Love you too.
God damn it, Cham. Bit of a smile on the face, though.
Wait till Wilson and Rye walk away, and I'm like, "We're the buddies, right? Yeah, right. Don't leave me alone with Rye."
So the lot of you head down to where the umbilical chamber is and suit up.
Accidentally press the con at the same time. Yeah, I'll be your buddy.
I'll be your buddy, pal.
It's fine. It can be the three of us. I don't care.
So
We're only
exactly what is?
I'm fine with a polyglot.
Well, exactly what did the mother tell you, Captain? Or
We're hauling this ship back.
uh-huh.
So that means we're looking at getting this thing shipshape, which... Man, they picked the right crew for that, didn't they?
Yeah. That does not explain why we should be using the buddy system.
We're using the buddy system because any derelict is dangerous. I'm responsible for you, whether I like it or not.
Is
Most
that
of
an
the time.
insight roll?
There's empathy, I guess, would be.
Manipulation.
Manipulation
Manipulation.
is
Try to
appropriate.
get somebody to say it.
It's the defense of being manipulated.
Look, I'm sure we have a time limit on this, so let's just listen to the captain and get it done.
Look, they're also asking us to save crew. I know. How many years?
Yeah.
Well, they could still be in
Yeah,
hyperspace.
correct.
That's a possibility.
Yeah. There's a chance. There's upwards of 30 of them on board, so we're not waking them up if we find them sleeping. And if they are awake and moving around, probably need to convince them to go to sleep. We do not have the supplies to be dragging them back, and we don't have a lot of extra hypersleep pods for them. But it's what we're getting paid to do.
Maybe we should be talking about hazard pay.
This is pretty much one way. I can send a request, sure, but they'll get back to us in a couple of years when the message gets to them. Don't get me wrong, and I'm gonna look over at Wilson at this moment. We're gonna be asking for hazard pay.
I don't know if the suits are going to oblige, but you will be paid.
At the very least, we better be getting paid.
Let me
More
remind
than transit.
remind every one of you that the way WY works, you refuse the orders, no shares, no nothing. You're out.
We're doing the orders.
All right.
I'm just expecting a little bit more than a transit run. That's all.
I just don't want you guys to decide that all of a sudden, this is something to blow off, and then,
Oh, hell no, we're doing this.
I'm just trying to warn you. That's all.
But we think we should get a little extra for something. like
Well,
this.
we'll see about that.
Yeah.
I'm not the one who makes those decisions.
While they're arguing, I'm going to head down to get my suit.
Okay, this has been a walk and talk scenario.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This is it. As we're going, because it's like you're burning oxygen.
Well, I've been trying to get. I'll probably get to the hatch and then our hatch. Airlock,
Repressurize there.
Repressurize and
Okay.
take off the helmet.
Good move. Good move. Appreciate that.
That's what I said I do.
All right. As we're moving, Wilson, you got something a little bit special, and you might be working with Rye on this one. We also need to recover any scientific data they may have collected. Pretty straightforward and simple, I'm hoping.
I'm familiar with the naming conventions and the protocols they use for that sort of thing. We all are, so should be able to spot it pretty easily.
We're supposed to bring that back as our... In order, that's number one. That's what they care most about. Second is the ship.
Yeah.
Third is the crew. It's been long enough, makes sense. But those are our orders.
I'll take a look.
People just get frostburned.
It happens.
Did you get the message?
Or
I'm about to look.
sometimes the pod catches fire for no reason.
Oh, Wilson. Uh-oh. Or was that Chris Pratt movie? They won't come. I can't.
But yeah, that being said, orders I received were recover data. First and foremost of whatever was out here, the ship was a scientific vessel. Maybe they caught something before they went black. Second on the list, we're to escort whatever we have left of this ship, which to me means we get it up in working order, bring it back to Arrowhead or some other WY facility. Last, save the crew. Again, I'm hoping they're just asleep. But seems unlikely. They may have an older version of Mother on board, but still knows how to function. Probably would have woken him up if something happened. Alright. Suited up. Let's go over.
Okay.
Oh, watch your step. It's not fully attached.
Probably for the best. I don't want this docking collar getting broken off.
So, Captain, before you make the walk, you know that on the Montero, other than the compression suits and the cutting torch, which Cham's already got a hold of, you have one M314 motion tracker.
Okay.
You've got one Watsumi bolt gun, which is sort of it's a construction really thing, but it could be used as self-defense if necessary.
It's like a nail gun.
Nice.
Bigger.
You've got one M4A3 service pistol. You've got one harpoon grappling gun, just in case.
Neat.
And you've got one M240 incinerator unit, in addition to the power loader, but the power loader's not going anywhere because it's too big. But, so, just to keep you in mind, that's what you have on the ship. It's up to you whether that stuff gets distributed now or later, and to whom, right?
Alright. Since we're going over there and we don't know the state of the ship, I'm at least bringing a service pistol along. Self-defense.
I can take care of that for you.
Pretty good shot, but I appreciate the offer.
Yeah, but come on, that's my thing. Okay.
Keep in mind that this goes by hard sci-fi rules. So, like, if you shoot near an outer bulkhead and it goes through, explosive decompression and shit is bad,
very bad.
So
Even
try
if you're in a
not
suit.
try not to fire.
Yeah.
Inside the ship if you don't have to.
That being said, we need to be able to make sure this ship is ship shape. So,
Shaped like a ship.
I know we're going over for an initial run of this, but again, I'm looking at our bottom line. I want to prep for the worst case scenario and make sure we're ready for it. So I'm authorizing the bolter so we can get anything stacked together that needs to be, so we can get that ship moving without having to shuffle back here and shuffle back. So who's technically capable of using this thing? I think, Cham, you seem like a decent choice. Spend a lot of time around machinery.
I could do range combat best.
Bolt gun's a pretty simple point and shoot thing. Like, it's like a nail gun. Anybody could use it.
Okay. Yeah. You being the more technical, I'd recommend
It's
you
a
carry
ranged.
it.
It's a ranged combat thing. So
I'm bad at range combat.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of it from the technical use, so you hold it, and then you can pass it on later.
Give it to me.
When we have a reason to.
What? I'll just use my cutting torch as a weapon. Melee.
That being said,
Put on like my tool belt.
Wilson, do you have any idea what type of science they would be doing here? Is there any reason we would need to burn through something? Like, plants gone mad, I don't know.
even if I did, no, Captain, I wouldn't be at liberty to tell you. Obviously, but
Then let's pose it as a hypothetical. In that worst case scenario, would you bring with you a burning
hypothetically,
device?
nearly a century ago, God knows what's in there, but I mean, we're looking at a science vessel out there in the middle of nowhere. Most likely, they're doing routine scans, metric data collated from all this stuff. Why would they?
Stow the burner, got it. That's all I'm asking.
I don't think there's any need.
Do I
Sounds
know?
good.
Do the mothers are they able to talk to each other?
Without a direct link, no.
Okay.
This is before.
They're pretty much like they're
In system.
hardwired.
They're hardwired to their ships, right? And so if the ships are not connected, there's no way for the mothers to talk.
Can you tell if there's any life support on the system, or...
I mean, it'll have its own, but from a distance, we got nothing. We need to get to a computer, and likely we're going to have that powered up. That being said, I do think it's probably in our best interest to split up, handle problems 2 at a time, so we can get this done quickly.
So, what are going to be the groups? Because there are 5 of us.
Yeah, I'm
3 on one, 2 on the
thinking...
other.
Captain, do you want anybody to stay behind on the ship?
I'd honestly prefer not.
Well, I mean, you'll forgive me for cutting in, but what if something goes wrong on this side and we end up, not maintaining distance? You understand what I'm saying?
Fair point.
I mean, it seems reasonable for somebody to be here.
Look, if you're trying to talk yourself out of getting on that ship...
No,
I got bad news for
I'm
you.
not. I'm just saying. I mean,
Then we need someone who can get our
look,
courses
I'm not
adjusted.
gonna quote protocol at you, but it's just common sense for somebody to stay on the ship. Watch
All right.
it. Now, that's not me. I don't think. I mean, I'm not.
I need you over
Thank
there
you.
for the scientific data.
Right.
That's for sure. All right, Rye, Wilson, you're together. I'm going to give you the simple goal of collect that data first and foremost, which means power systems should probably be your number 1. For that initial setup, I'm going to say a lot of you go as a group. Make sure power is restored enough so you can access systems. Then, Rye, Wilson, you go to science. You recover the data. You make your way back. That'll leave Davis, Cham. After power is restored, head to the bridge, find out what it's going to take to get this thing moving, and get it moving. If it's going to take longer and you're going to need more assistance, let me know. We'll get that set up.
You staying here?
I'm decent enough with the ship, but I would rather have you flying that bucket of bolts over there, because who knows what shape it's in.
Just hold out my hand for the gun.
Fair enough.
What about that
Pass it
harpoon?
over.
If we get distance, then we could just tightrope.
It has to be able to fly.
Yeah, that's what the air pressure is for in the harpoon.
For real?
Would let it connect, yeah.
And drag it? Like tow it?
It would tow a person. It's not going to tow a ship.
Like I said, you tightrope it. It's to get back to the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry,
It's a
my
long
hard
shot.
sci-fi knowledge just failed me. What the fuck are you talking about?
If that's the case, Rye, if you feel capable, grab the harpoon as a backup. If the ships disconnect and I am unable to reconnect them satisfactorily, you can use that to make sure you're not just flinging yourself off into space.
I don't suppose you're any better at firing things than I am.
I mean, I did some firing range stuff when I was younger, but I can give it a shot.
I'll let you have it. Guns aren't really my thing.
Right.
All right.
Fighting's not really your thing.
No, it's not.
What is your ranged combat?
3.
You're better at it than he is.
He is a desk jockey.
Yeah, but he lied about it, so I'm gonna give it to him. Anyway.
He's probably done
that's
a bit of
total
work.
because that's just her agility.
Oh, it's agility plus ranged combat is a 3?
Yeah.
Okay, then he's better at it. I guess. Okay, all right.
That lines
Fair
up.
enough. Okay. So,
Before
mine
I'm
is
gonna
also
let the
just a
others
3.
go ahead,
Get suited up.
okay.
and as soon as they are out of earshot, I'm gonna look at you. What the hell is really going on, and why are you staying behind?
Look, he's got a valid point.
Don't.
I was ready for all 5 of us to jump, but look, whatever science they were doing out there, it's clearly more than just data.
Yeah.
I don't know what Mother specifically said classified.
Does nobody have the motion tracker?
Right now, no. No, I'm not expecting anybody to be alive over there.
Which is all the more reason you shouldn't be here.
We know the Montero. It's safe here. I'm not too worried, and if Mother starts sending, or the company starts sending more information through Mother, I want to be able to send that your way.
I don't know why you're trying to bullshit me, but okay.
I'm not. I legitimately don't know what's going on here.
Does your mother code only work for this
Okay.
mother?
I think so, yeah. They're per each.
Okay.
Like, as you're about to start moving off, grab the motion detector as well. The word sample is really starting to grate on me.
Sample.
They want data and samples recovered. For all I know, it's freaking space monkeys out here. They're running some sort of tests and they want to make sure they're fine or the data comes back from them. I don't know what it is, but the fact that it's classified, it's got me a bit on edge. Maybe it's biological research, some sort of, I don't know, testing.
70 years ago, it can be fucking anything.
And you know the company, they're...
This is like a goddamn urban legend. Just sitting out here in the middle of space.
Yeah. So, I'm going to let everybody know, but don't take your helmets off. Even if there's air over there, I don't know what's going on. Until we know it's not some sort of, like, biological weapons platform.
Space age Agent Orange.
Exactly. Let's not risk anybody's life over there.
Space age anthrax.
Because, you know, the company, the pay is per person. If one of you doesn't come back, we don't get more shares.
That's why you want everyone to survive.
Well, no, there's just no benefit to anybody dying. You do good work. Look, I'll do what I can from here. Without that hard lock on the other ship, I am a bit worried. I don't know, the other ship's mother kicks on and starts slowing the ship. We're in a bad way.
Okay. And turn and walk off. Slightly stony silence as our captain keeps herself on the fucking ship.
So that's how she can go down with it.
Yeah.
Not real.
This isn't Star Trek. I'm not
Doesn't-
supposed to leave the ship.
Doesn't track.
That is a weird thing about Star Trek,
Yeah.
isn't it? Where the captain's always like, fuck, I'll go.
Despite there being direct orders
true,
Not
yeah.
that the captain shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's just because it's Kurt.
Yeah, it's the style.
Kurt
So-
set president, and so Picard's like, yeah, I'll do it.
The five of you put on your suits and begin making the
Four.
Right, excuse me.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Do you,
excuse me,
do you
I
keep
forgot
your
you
suit
was
on,
saying.
but not like the helmet on?
No, I'm not even putting the suit on.
So Wilson, Rye, Cham, and Davis all head down the umbilical cord tunnel and make their way through the newly opened airlock.
Also got a nail gun.
Yeah, bolt gun.
Inside, as you're pushing your way through, you see that the interior, it looks like only sort of very weak emergency lights are on. Looks like every place across the ship is going to be dark until you bring the power back properly online. The readings of your suits are giving you some information about. It looks like the interior of the Cronus is basically in a deep freeze.
No Atmo.
Looks like the atmosphere. There's air in here, but the high concentration of CO2. Looks like probably the scrubbers
Okay.
shut off or something like that. And so,
Because I didn't know if we had a hard time opening up.
so it's probably a bad idea to open up your suits in any way because one, it's it's space cold in here, and because you'll be freezing, and two, you won't be able to breathe very well at all either.
It's actually colder than space because there is atmosphere.
Yes, thankfully,
The temperature.
Thankfully, as you make your way
It's the
through, you
same.
realize that the artificial gravity is still working, so
Okay.
that at least is maintained.
Temperature exchange
Yes.
is higher.
And we have a comm open with our ship. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
Okay, so
Back
I'll
on the
keep you
bridge and prepped and ready.
I'll keep you abridged of what's going on.
In fact, the suits probably have like small cameras attached to them that you can.
Nice. Get the little horror movie moments.
With our names on them.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
You see the briefest glimpse of me flipping you off and then chuckling because I think it's funny.
Your lights are cutting through the this
I'd
dark,
probably, do it in your camera too.
stale tunnel.
Yes, because we're 5.
Yeah, your lights are cutting through this dark, stale tunnel. You can see that there is what looks like a there is a ladder inside.
Do I know what deck they're on?
They're on deck A right now. You can see
Okay.
that they are at junction A1.
Okay, so I, in story, ironically, haven't actually shared the map with them.
Oh, well, I guess I should stop looking at it then.
Well,
And
no, at this
no
point,
worries. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd effectively be trying to navigate you anyways.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cryo exam room.
in story, I'm just like yelling in your ears of where to go.
Take a left.
Yeah, left. No, your
No,
other
my
left.
left.
You're all just blips on a screen.
So they
I
want
flip the
Riker
camera
and
upside
Wilson want to
down.
go to deck B then.
As soon as you get
Which-
power back on, yeah. It looks like you're going to be making your way down
We
to
want deck
deck
B, too.
C. You should be able to get access to the reactor relay controls from there. Figure out if there's still enough reactives in there, which, yeah, it's been 75 years, but there's a chance there's still some good isotopes running. Maybe they've got some backup in cargo as well. We'll play it by ear from there, but you're going to need to make your way down to deck C, get to the reactor relay controls, and see if you can get this thing back online. Once we get power, we're going to have...
Ominous music.
Oh,
We're
don't
gonna-
mind.
We're going to have Wilson and Rye. You two are going to be making your way to deck B. That's where science seems to be mainly located.
Is that some kind of liquor?
Captain, while we're down there, I could check on the air scrubbers, maybe get them back online.
Helmets stay on.
Sounds good, but remember, buddy system. I don't want you and Davis outside of the same room unless you're still within eye contact of each
Yeah,
other.
I got
Oh, I
it.
thought I was
So
with.
it's Wilson and
Oh, yeah.
Wilson.
Wilson and Rye.
and then
Yeah.
Davis and Chan.
Davis and Cham. Yeah.
Don't worry, we're all together till we get that power on.
Yep. No point in both of you bumbling in the dark, especially since computers probably aren't going to work and the bridge isn't going to be working.
We don't have access to their mother anyway.
And if there's anything that needs fixing in that,
Actually, I've got a command code. I can probably get in there. Now, it's not going to do us any good if power's not on, but
I kind of
course.
look at Davis
Hey.
and look like, what the? Who did he get those?
Wilson, first and foremost, power,
Yeah.
then the data.
yeah,
After that, Mother.
yeah.
Mother hopefully will be able to explain what's going on here.
Should have some sort of flight recorder data at the very least. Yeah, we'll check it out.
Sounds good. Keep me apprised.
Okay, so the lot of you begin to sort of head through the derelict ship, pushing your way through the airlock, making your way up and down the ladders, getting to your respective decks. Davis and Cham, where are you headed?
Power.
We're all
Okay.
going to power right
Oh,
now.
everybody's going to power right now. Okay.
Yeah, at first, everyone's going to power. supposed to be.
So a lot of you head down to Deck C.
Because it might take a combination of me and you to get the power on.
That's what I figured.
You head down to Deck C via the ladder situation in the junction. You head down and you begin making your way through these cramped industrial corridors. Head over a catwalk that is currently open to. You can see down in Deck D. There's the vehicle bay, which strangely enough is completely empty. You make your way through the balcony, through the second junction, and make your way into the reactor relay control. Inside, you see that there is a human-like figure slumped in a sort of a simple chair in front of the computer access to the relay control.
Is anyone good at MacLade?
Gun out.
Hello?
Motion detector on.
As you approach and shine your light, you can see that this man is headless.
Fuck.
Well, he's definitely dead.
+1 stress for everyone who saw that.
Captain?
What is it?
Checking the cams.
Are you looking at the cams?
I'm probably like walking down the hallway to get some coffee because it's been a while and
That's
this
fine.
just started. This is normal.
So you dodge that bullet. Everybody else +1 stress.
Captain, you need to see this.
What is it? It's going to be a moment before I can make it back to the bridge.
Decapitated human.
Specifically, you see.
Are you sure it's human?
Specifically, with your light shining through, you can see that this man is still in a spacesuit.
Yeah, I absolutely approach.
There's a splatter of blood and brain matter on the wall behind him, and there is a Model 37A2 shotgun lying next to it.
Pick up the shotgun. Hand it to you. If all else fails, you hit someone with it.
I just have a flat 3.
Same as me.
Well, you look big and strong, so I hand you the gun.
Yeehaw.
Club it.
That's what I'm saying. If all else fails, hit somebody with it.
Just plays the baseball noise.
Who's closest to the body? By the way?
Me.
Who wants gun lances? Or
You
gun swords when
notice
you can have
just
gun
looking over the
bats?
body as you pick up the shotgun that
Or hammers.
there's something off about the body. It's hard to put your finger on, other than the fact that he has no head, of course. There's something strange about it. It takes a moment for you to kind of narrow in, but you realize that his arms seem a little longer than they should be. Like, you can see that at the junction points where the forearm sort of connects to the bicep area of his compression suit, they've stretched enough that they've torn slightly.
Miller,
Yeah?
look at his arms.
Gonna check through the cams.
No,
Fresh
make
cup of
sure you
coffee.
get it.
+1 stress level! That's a body. Despite coffee.
Yep. Coffee can't save you now.
Did he break his arm or something?
All right.
Strange enough, both of the arms are like that. Like they seem to your eye like
Somebody
pulled
pulled
them.
them.
Can I do
almost, but it seems
They seem dislocated.
Can I do
if
a
they're dislocated, they seem both
Dislocated.
dislocated.
Can I do a medical aid check to try to figure out what happened to this guy?
Absolutely, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
If it doesn't go well, let me know and I will try. I'm
I
surprisingly
need another
decent.
stress die.
Yes.
Can I have one, please?
Yeah, if you've got a stress die, take one.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay, that is
You know
2
it.
successes.
No, just the one.
2 successes.
For now.
Okay.
No, I have two. I think I'm the only one.
No, I got 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh that's right, you do.
So, with your
Kinda put the
medical
discuss
aid check, you've got 1 success, but you've also got that bonus success. What would you like to do with it? You can. Here are the options.
A flashy observation.
Oh, it
seems
doesn't really
difficult.
give, because it's mainly meant to do like
Show off your
recovery and
medical
life saving and stuff like that.
Uh,
So, well, it'll just give you some basic information. So you look at this body and you say, okay, well, clearly Clearly, the man died from a gunshot wound to the whole head. Judging from the angle and the range, the close, this was self-inflicted. The strangeness of the arms.
So was the shotgun in his hands?
No, it was lying on the floor next to him.
Yeah. You're not going to hold on to that if you...
You realize that the body, taking a look at the arms specifically, biologically, almost from a mechanical perspective, it makes sense. Like, there's nothing... It looks like the joints where those the extensions have happened have just sort of distended, but why they had done so severely and without any sort of exterior trauma that you can see is mind-boggling.
Well, this man definitely shot himself, but those arms, it looks like natural distension, but why it happened so severely, I can't tell.
Apology.
Jesus.
Yes. I'm not going to go that far. I'm surprised he didn't say, yes, this is definitely grave robbing. So we all knew that.
All right. I'll take note of it. I don't know what else to say at this point, but if people are offing themselves, be careful out there.
Suddenly, you hear the reactor just to the side power up. Lights flicker on. Monitors spring to life. You can now feel that the temperature in the ship is slowly increasing. More lights are popping on, and you begin to see this sort of haze of vapor as air, warmer air begins filling the corridors.
Okay,
Wilson, was that you?
I didn't
Who
do
the
that.
fuck turned this on?
I didn't do anything. I didn't touch it.
All right.
I don't have any remote access. We don't
Motion
have
detector
the
Switched
umbilical.
on, by the way.
Okay, I want to check the system and can try to see what happened.
Okay, Comtech, please. Remember your stress dice.
Yes, I got it.
Yay!
It's a 3.
Yeah, I got 1 success.
1 success. Okay, very good. So you check and... Okay, well... It looks like the mainframe from Mother was still on because it has just sort of come properly online and the reactor and life support systems got turned on.
Did Mother just notice us, or?
Seems like Mother did it.
Apparently, according to what you're seeing, it's likely that some sort of rudimentary sensor system was still in place, and as soon as it detected sort of life signs on the ship, there it goes.
Well, yeah, it seems like some kind of sensor system was online, and it detected life forms and turned everything back on, which probably means we're not going to find any life forms.
Good old Mother taking care of us.
Now,
Guess that's a good thing.
if the crew is still in hypersleep, you know that that's not going to trigger...
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, so there's still that possibility.
Meaning we're not going to find anybody walking around.
Then it took a little while for Mother to recognize us.
Let's get to the bridge.
It's
Alright.
been a while, yeah.
Do the air scrubbers seem to be turned on too?
You hear a loud, you can hear the noise of the air scrubbers going on. Yeah, I mean, it looks like they've turned on.
At least the HVAC.
Okay.
We keep helmets on no matter what.
Unless you run out of air.
Of course.
Speaking
But-
of which, everybody check air, by the way. Except for you, I guess.
So what do we
Yeah.
roll?
You roll a number of stress dice equal to the air you have, which should be 5.
Okay.
And
Oh!
and if you get a 1,
Ooh, what if I get a 6?
Nothing.
Well, you have to roll stress dice specifically.
just stress
right?
dice.
Technically, any dice would work.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
technically speaking, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
But
just,
you're looking for 1s. You're not
just
6s
any
are not.
ones.
If you get a 1, that rating goes back down by 1. Well, for each one you roll.
No, didn't roll any ones.
So you only rolled 1-1. So you got you got 2 ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
So your air supply is
at
3.
Yeah.
I got one.
I've
So
had
you're at
mine
4.
on longer.
I need to roll
so-
for
That makes sense.
Wilson.
That's true. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Thank you.
See how he's
3, 4,
He just
5.
suffocates.
He's
fine.
He's good.
Keeps it simple.
Is there oxygen on our dead friend?
There doesn't appear to be. No.
Oh, I can't.
He probably had it running.
That's probably true.
The root.
Davis is right. Keep helmets on. We don't know what's going on with that ship. And until we do, or until you run out of air, although I would prefer you head back and refill if that's the case.
Out of game, how long would it take someone to die if they just turn their oxygen off?
Well, they'd have to suffocate, right?
So
So a few minutes.
6 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Just trying to decide why someone would shoot themselves in the head instead of just turning off their air to die.
That's a good question.
Cool. Is there a contact link I can have with just Miller?
You can.
That's a private channel.
You could like say switch over to a private. I mean, there's a way that you could do that, but you'd have to broadcast to everyone.
No,
Hey, I want to talk to you, Captain privately. So
That's fine. Hey, Captain. As we're heading over to the bridge, you and I are off. Hey, Captain, switch to a private channel for a second, real quick, please.
Sure.
Why did he shoot himself in the head when he could have just turned off his oxygen?
I don't know. But this
There's
whole
something-
science thing has me
Of course,
worried.
suffocation is painful.
So shooting yourself in the fucking head.
Especially if you miss.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, it's kind of hard to miss with a shotgun at that range.
You say that. But fair point. Look, if we didn't have to do this, I wouldn't be asking.
I'm not second guessing what I'm supposed to do here. I'm just pointing out that this, if there's anything Mother has told you or the company's told you, this might be a good time to share it.
I've asked and all I've gotten is classified.
Fucking. Alright.
Do keep I know you're not with him now, but keep an eye out on Wilson. Company looks after its own, as harsh as it can be. I'm a little worried he may have known beforehand. I asked Mother whether she changed our course, and the reply was negative. I'm wondering if somebody entered in this location.
It sure as fuck wasn't me. Motion detector?
That's
Where's it coming from?
Davis,
not
what's
clear.
that? I get like the shotgun.
Rack.
Look human.
Rack it and then turn
Does
it
it
over
look
into a
human?
glove.
I mean, you just see like blip moving towards you through the corridors.
Get to the door.
So we just go and like out of sight, hide.
Yeah. Find like a side room.
Yep. Find a side room and hide.
Leon's doing the head tilt.
It's growing closer.
Okay, did we hide sufficiently?
Well, you'd have to make a stealth check, right?
There is
What's
no
a fucking
stealth.
stealth check?
Survival.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
We're trying to hide.
I'm
man.
sorry. I'm not as familiar with the skill list on this. So
God,
There is no
fucking
stealth. Yeah.
anxious over here, man.
Mobility or survival?
mobility. Yeah, make a mobility check for me, please.
Crap.
Leon is so confused.
No successes.
One success.
So you're able to duck in, but unfortunately, as you've got your equipment and everything, you can't really find a place to.
I'm just taking
Slide
like
in.
a knee and
Yeah.
getting my shotgun.
At least none of you panicked during that.
Oh wait, I have stress dice. That's right. Oh, yeah, panic.
Oh, good. Panic. Roll a d6 and add your current stress.
That's 5.
5. You're still good.
So do I take it? Do I blip another stress or just nothing?
No, you don't take another stress
For panic?
thing. No.
Cool.
So you kind of panic, looking around, still looking around for somewhere to
No,
hide.
that's why I don't hide. Is because
It's that moment of your brief, sort of your heart skipping a beat that you realize that the tracker is not tracking anymore. Blip's gone.
Did you see it go any direction, or it just?
I'm hiding.
Where did
Sorry.
That's what comms are for.
It's true. I'm on a private channel with the captain still.
You
What
can
is it,
switch over
Davis?
at any time. I mean, you could.
I haven't yet, though. I'm a little
all right,
fucking freaked out.
What is it, Davis?
You're on the.
I'm on the public. Yeah.
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 So, what's going down now? What's going on down there?
Something on the motion tracker.
And I'll
Motion
just
tracker.
explain what I saw, and now that it's gone.
Crew? Life support's back on. Maybe somebody's up.
Don't know.
It seems
Didn't see
odd
him. They're gone.
It's just gone.
that it wouldn't have turned on before now if there's unless somebody woke up. I don't know.
Unless
So, like-
mother woke someone up.
Roughly where are they on the map?
They were
Still
moving
deck
through.
A?
They were moving through. They'd gone through deck C, and they were moving around on deck B at this point.
Okay.
Still heading towards
Towards the bridge.
towards the bridge. Yeah.
Are there any? I'm trying to find on the map, like any ventilation hubs nearby.
By ventilation hubs, what do you mean? Like
There seem to be
Vent
little
shafts and stuff?
dots. I'm not sure if those are connections or what they are on the map.
um,
These dotted lines with the occasional
That might be
star.
like to help change the floor or something.
The way they're set up.
no, those are vents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
at least I
fucking
think so.
'Cause
alien
I-
theme thing. It's got to be vents, right? I've seen enough of Alien Isolation video game to know that.
I haven't looked at the map, so. Oh man, this is giving me like FTL.
Oh, by the way, plus stress
To everyone.
to everyone.
Yeah, no shit.
Because you're all aware of the shit that just happened.
Yeah, you just had to broadcast that on the public channel, didn't you?
Would you rather not know?
I mean, I was telling the captain.
You have only Cham to blame.
Yeah. I'd probably forgotten that we're on a private channel at this point. I'm
And
trying
just,
to figure
like,
out why I
hit
can't
it.
hear anyone else.
Yeah.
I'm probably like giving
I'm,
you that.
I'm
tap,
basically
like,
trying to figure out, like, is there anywhere nearby where it's like, oh yeah, somebody's probably like moving into mess hall, into the water closet.
You should
vestibule.
probably take out a couple stress die for Wilson.
For Wilson,
Yeah, we'll build him up. There we go.
I will remember that we're on a private channel when Cham scares the fuck out of me and be like, oh, I guess we should switch
plus
back.
one stress.
Shut up. No, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
You scream.
So you know that
it's
the-
only in your helmet.
You know that the cryo chambers are on deck A, which is just above you. And if they've just woken up, they're going to be disoriented. They're going to try to make their way down the stairwell or the ladder junction down to B to get to the mess hall or something like that to rehydrate and all that stuff.
Okay. So, over public. Looks like we might have some of the crew waking up. Keep an eye out for them. They're probably heading to mess. Right now, remember, they're third priority on the company's list. Focus on making sure this thing can actually fly first. We can deal with the crew and get them back to sleep afterwards.
Right, still on our way to science.
All right, sounds good.
Heading to bridge. Quietly.
So Rye and Wilson make their way to the science sector on deck B. Inside, you make your way into Science Lab 1. Excuse me, Science Lab 2, because that's the easiest thing to get to first. This is you see a charred shell of a room. Whatever happened here, the crew ended it real quick with a liberal use of an incinerator or two. You can see the...
May have been a flash burn system, like containment.
No, it looks like manual stuff. There's this partial remains of a drum of some kind in the room. It's burnt out. There is a body buried in the debris, its arms shriveled up and clutching at its chest. The stale air is thick with burnt rubber, plastic, flesh smell even.
Captain, are you seeing this? Somebody went crazy with an incinerator in Science Lab 2.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Fortunately, I am.
Sounds like someone thought the incinerator was a good idea.
Well,
Anytime you want to walk on over here with that thing, feel free.
I'm gonna go grab it for sure, but
Just get this fucking job done.
yeah, quick as possible.
Okay, we're gonna head to Science Lab 1.
Wait. Hold on. Look at the body. You seeing this, Miller?
Yeah, Wilson, can you switch to a private channel real quick?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
I take a closer look at the body.
So you move forward, Rye, and you see that this body, covered in burnt charring, practically indistinguishable. You can see that the one thing that you can sort of tell right away that's not charred is that these forearms are really, really long on this body.
Do we get to... Is the captain the only one able to see other people's cam?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't know if they had like a HUD system to be
No. It's like Aliens, where the head officer's watching all the feed.
Riker,
Because
what
I
the fuck is it?
couldn't remember. If
This is
They don't have video feed; they have audio.
This is strange. This body in here it has the same extenuation of the arms, and it seems maybe worse than the last one.
Does it have a head?
You're on private, Miller. Go ahead.
Yeah, it has a head.
Company wants samples back as well, so make sure nobody destroys anything.
I'm already on it.
All right, good. That's all. Back to public.
Going further in.
All right, Science Lab 1.
You can see the lights in this room are flickering, and there's this stench of decay. You can see, you and Wilson both see a pile of gnawed bones in the room.
Oh.
Nod?
There's an enclosed decontamination area on the main examination table. And underneath that decontamination hood is what looks like a perfectly preserved metallic urn. You can see there's a deep cold freezer that's malfunctioned. It's clearly malfunctioning. It's got a smashed glass door. 4 more of those urns are inside. And you can see that there's some kind of ooze that's seeped out of them, forming these congealed pools on the floor. And you can see what looks like fungus or something growing on the urns and inside the pools of this ooze.
Jesus fucking Christ. Are you looking at this, Captain? What the hell were these people doing here?
I think we found our samples.
All right. This, I don't know what you're looking at, but
You can see on the camera.
yeah, no. I can see it. I don't know what I'm looking at. So, burnt body in a barrel, more barrels of this stuff.
Shit, that was in the last room. We're talking about the new room now.
Yeah, I'm saying maybe they're connected.
Most likely.
This looks like a real biohazard, Captain.
Yeah, don't touch it.
And we should not bring this back on the ship.
No, it stays on that ship. We are recovering it by recovering the ship.
Well, let's hope our pilot friend gets this up and running then.
It's public, right?
Yeah, this is public.
We're on the public channel, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if it's a fungus, we might bring spores back on the ship.
I don't know what... The closest thing I can say is that this thing is fungus. It looks like... I mean, I'm not talking mushrooms here, you know what I'm saying? This thing is
Moldy.
big, like a watermelon.
Is there a computer in this room?
Yes.
Alright, I want to try to interface with it.
Actually, there may not be. Let me double check. You're in Science Lab 1 right now. Yeah, there's computer access, yeah.
By the way, we're heading to the bridge the whole time they're in science.
What did you want to do?
I want to interface with it and see if I can find any records or anything.
Okay. Yeah, so you type in and it looks like there's been sort of a catastrophic system failure. It looks like whatever sort of medium they were using to store data, because of the age, either the magnetic patterns have just sort of dissipated completely, or there's been some kind of physical damage. You're just getting gobbledygook.
Captain, the record's totally fucked. We're not getting anything out of this computer. Maybe you can get something out of Mother if you want us to head up to the bridge.
Yeah, if there's nothing you can recover there, then Mother would be the second best option. Outside of that, as long as we can get the ship back, we've effectively met all objectives.
Okay. Heading up to the bridge.
It's actually a little bit higher than that. You're looking at Deck A.
No, the bridge is on Deck B.
Yep, but Mother isn't on.
Mother's on A, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Where you first entered the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, heading there.
So Wilson and Rye are heading to Cryo. Two of you, Davis, Cham, you guys are heading to the bridge, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you make your way inside the bridge.
Motion sensor is now permanently on for the record.
You can see the blast shutters, despite the power slowly returning, the blast shutters are still lowered, shut tight around the viewports. You can see that there's soot on the ceiling, and several of the stations look like they've been burned out.
Ooh.
I will report this to the captain.
All right.
As you make your way through the door, you're taking a look at this bridge. You approach the command station, excuse me, the comm station, and everything looks to be again, it's one of those systems that the whole sort of apparatus seems to have been burned out. You're looking at melted keys and broken lights.
I'm gonna just look around. Are there any logs or video cassettes or like anything displaying what the fuck happened here, like a record of it?
Seems like someone didn't want this ship going anywhere.
It looks like the command station is that the forefront of the bridge is still operational. It looks like that hasn't been terribly damaged to this point. The power seems to be on and flickering through light. It appears to have taken some damage, but it's clearly still operational.
Actually, there's a science module in Deck B, so we'd probably head to that first.
That's not there.
Oh, that's not there?
That's where the science module should go.
Aha.
Cool. So, I mean, could I do like an observe or anything like that to see if there's some sort of record or audio of like something that happened here that survived?
Or is there something to be able to salvage, like a port that I can try to access if I solder some things?
Look, if we've got to, we got to get this thing moving, even if it means manually changing its directions.
As you're sort of making your way, trying to find some open systems, some usable systems, you notice, Davis, as you're working around to the left, that pilot station number 1, it looks like someone has taken an axe to the console, because the axe is still embedded there.
Pull it out.
Trade you?
Pilot station 2, across the way, looks untouched.
I will go and mess around with Pilot Station 2. All the while saying, Captain, somebody literally put a fucking axe through one of the pilot stations. What part of the ship says, yep, we want to be towed somewhere?
The part where we're getting paid to do it.
I think this is where the requirements come in. I think we should at least just get the samples, leave the ship here.
No, we got to bring it back.
We have to consider what
That's
the
number
fuck
2, though.
we are bringing back.
Not our problem. That's Wayland's. That's Utani problems.
Davis, Cham, you hear the door to the bridge open.
Immediately drop to my knees and gun up.
You see an older-looking man, probably early 50s, in what looks like a lab coat that has been kind of casually put on. It's sort of slightly askew and everything like that. He has these sort of top gold-rimmed glasses, which is lenses, salt and pepper hair, short cut with a full beard, and you see him. He is staggering into the bridge with a hand against his temple.
Don't move.
I'm just like...
Who are you people?
We're here to haul back the ship. What the fuck happened?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the axe in this piloting station.
What?
I'm talking about the incinerated remains in the science labs. I'm talking about the decapitated man who shot his own head off.
Wait.
What's the first thing you remember before cryo?
So he takes a moment that you can see that his eyes are searching. He's looking up and to the left, trying to remember. And then you see him recoil backwards against the interior wall of the bridge. He is now howling in pain, clutching his head.
Helmet.
Is he not wearing a suit?
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, where is the nearest suit? Is there one in this room?
Nope.
Fuck. We need a suit. Is there one near you guys? Wilson!
Does it look like he's suffocating?
You see...
Or is he having a migraine?
It doesn't look like he's suffocating.
Yeah.
In fact, it looks like you can see, from this distance, you can see blood starting to seep out of his nose and his ears. You can see his eyes start to roll back and white. It looks like he's having a seizure.
Okay.
It's fine. Just as
Seizure.
That's fine.
You mean stroke, or is he like shaking?
He's like convulsing and writhing against the wall.
Okay.
I will just book it to medbay.
Full on
We've got
Grand
to
Mall.
find something to help this guy. Yep.
Cham, stay with Davis.
So you're rushing out. heading
Sure
to
fucking
Medbay.
am.
Okay.
I want to chop his head.
Well, that's on the other side of Deck B, so you rush.
But that's
Yeah.
me.
Make your way.
Cham,
So,
stay with
Cham-
Davis.
Yep.
So, Cham, you're there and you're watching this guy, like, have this seizure. Suddenly you hear what sounds like a noise. And you see that there's been a small shattering of glass, and you can see that this guy's right eyeball has popped clean out of his head. It is. You can see it lands, bounces on the floor a few times, and rolls under one of the stations. And you're having trouble like making sense of exactly what you're seeing. Then you see this slender, gore-covered arm pushing its way out of Cooper's empty eye socket.
I hit it.
So you're just going forward and like, okay. First of all, add some stress.
Yep, you get that for free.
Also, Captain, are you watching?
Unfortunately, yes. because Cham
I
was.
turned off my cam.
I see. Okay.
That's what this was
all right.
me turning off the camera.
Okay. So
I-
no one is seeing this.
Cham, I am yelling at you.
So,
get your camera back.
Roll
on.
close combat, please.
Get out of there.
Make
Follow Davis.
You're up to 4 already?
Yeah.
He's had the rough run.
I've had one push, and then we've had the dead body, and then we've had this, and we've had the motion detector.
Yep. We've been through a lot, Champ and I.
So I've gotten two.
That's two ones.
Well, luckily it's not like a cascading thing. You just have to make it.
It's just panic. Any success?
No successes, so I cannot push it.
Okay, so roll a d6, add your stress level. Tell me what you got.
5.
5. Still good. Okay.
I missed.
But you miss. So you this thing. So what are you using, by the way? What were you?
The axe.
Oh, right, the axe. You take the axe. It embeds itself in the wall next to this guy. And you can see that this arm has reached all the way out of the eye socket. It is now tugging at this guy's mouth. You can see these spindly white fingers yanking his teeth back. Flesh starts tearing. Tendons are snapping. This thing pulls this guy's face right off at the jawline. And you see this thick gurgling noises. This strange thing plops to the floor in a burst of blood. You can see this thing on the ground, this translucent white thing. It sloughs off this weird placental tissue, struggling to stand on its 4 wobbly legs, shaking some of this guy's brain matter off of its hide.
Before you get a second swing,
I'm not swinging this. Oh.
or whatever you're doing, Sham, I am ordering you out of that room. I am pulling rank. I am rolling against your manipulation.
It's true, he can do that. That's his talent.
Go command. Yeah, it's not great, but that's all right.
So you have to roll manipulation, and the captain's rolling command.
Okay. Do I have to re-roll all dice? Can I just be like, oh, the panic ones are fine even if they're not successes? Or...
What are you talking about, for pushing?
Yeah, if I want to push.
I think push.
If you want to push, you're re-rolling everything that's not 6s.
Okay. I will push, see if I can get at least one more.
Wait, did you roll 1 on your panic roll that
No.
first time? Okay, then you
It's
wouldn't have been
4
able
and
to
a
push.
5.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Oh, good. 2 more successes.
So 2 successes. Did you get any successes?
I got 1.
You got 1. So captain wins out. You got to follow your order, even if it means harm or danger to yourselves. Your stress level goes up by 1.
Yep.
Also, roll for panic. Roll a d6, add your stress level, tell me what you get.
Cool. All right. Ooh, 9.
9, you say?
Yeah.
Whether by stress, confusion, or the realization that you're all going to die anyway, you drop a weapon or other important item. By the way, your stress level increases by 1.
Oh, nice.
What were you holding,
Uh,
Captain?
The only thing I've got is my signature item.
And your coffee, maybe?
I guess the coffee. Yeah. The coffee strikes the floor.
Now, the signature item makes a lot of sense. Like, that comes off and
Oh, yeah.
you lose that. You don't even realize you've lost it.
Yeah. Flakes off the jacket without noticing. Because I have a tendency to pick at it because it's the company's
patch.
logo.
Yeah.
So I'm not a fan of it, but
Okay, Cham, you've got your orders.
I have to comply.
you must comply,
Must comply.
with that order.
Doesn't mean you couldn't do something on the way.
Is the shotgun like a shoulder strap, or is it like?
No, it's a... Imagine a Resident Evil style.
Yeah,
shotgun.
but I didn't know
Just
if it's
free.
if it had a shoulder strap.
No, it does not.
So you're
I can't get it out and because
This thing is beginning to sort of... it's writhing around on the floor, trying to get its bearings, trying to get its legs out under it.
okay.
It turns its sort of bulbous, eyeless head towards you, and actually you can see it sort of crouch.
Can I swing and run?
You can try, yeah. You're going to take a penalty if you're trying to run and swing at the same time.
So I'll run out of the room and after I get.
So do a close combat, but -2.
But you got all those panic dice.
Don't worry.
all that.
That's the thing about the
Juicy
panic dice.
panic.
They'll help you, but they'll also not help.
Until they don't.
Yep.
4, 5.
You can do it. I believe in you.
No ones. That's a 6.
Turned out pretty okay.
3
for you.
6s.
3 successes. Okay.
Punting it on the way out the door.
So 1 success is going to give you the damage of the axe.
Yep.
Right. So that. Give me just a moment here.
And while I run, I'll turn my camera back on. As I'm probably like knocking it, you know, making it look like I'm faulty air. No.
So let's take a look at an axe, right? So something simple like that.
Do I add my strength to damage?
No.
Oh.
Damn. It seems pretty tight on damage numbers.
Because I want 5 damage.
I mean, yeah.
So that's going to deal what looks like 2 damage. Are you going to spend any more of those on additional damage, or
What are my other options?
your other options are you can. It says here die. You inflict. Okay, so you outmaneuver your enemy and can trade initiative scores. We're not in initiative right now. You knock or pull a weapon or other object from your opponent. Your opponent is knocked to the ground. You hold your opponent in a grapple, but that only works on humanoid opponents.
Nope.
And there's more damage for every success that you.
So I'll do more damage and knock it to the ground.
Okay, so that's 3 damage, and you're trying to knock it to the ground. Okay.
Is
So
it
very
already
quickly.
on the ground.
So you.
It's standing up.
It's kind of crouched, right? You wiggle out the axe and take one more big swing as you are running out, doing a kind of a golf thing, and you see that you can see that this creature tries to sort of juke and leap out of the way, but is unable to get out of the way of this blade as it sort of goes into this creature and basically cleaves it in two. Nice. There's a spray of this sort of hissing fluid. You feel it touch. You feel it hit the back of your right leg, and it begins to eat away through the suit. And you can hear a sort of a hissing as your suit is being compromised.
I'm running. Running to join Davis.
Okay.
Have I made it?
What you should have been doing
We-
from the beginning.
We will find that out later.
No. Then will we find out now?
No, we
It's
don't
the
find
screen cut. Screen cut.
It's only 10.
I haven't eaten in like 12 hours.
Well,
so-
okay. I bought you food.
I know I'm gonna eat it.
Okay.
Food break.
I just want a screen cut.
We're gonna come back to this.
I mean, I want to like finish it, of course. Yeah.
That's a great job.
Do you guys want to meet again on Friday? Is that what you?
I'm good.
Okay.
I
Same
can't
time?
next Friday,
That's right. Yes, because of
and theoretically, you'll
the
also
show.
be at the show on Friday.
Well, if there's not a pay what you can on
There's
Thursday.
not. I
Okay,
asked.
there's not. All right. I was planning on going on Sunday. Actually, is when I
Oh, okay. Well,
When
then
I-
somebody's got to take Zoe on Friday.
registered for it.
Maybe we just have her bring her back early or something on Sunday. Okay. Okay.
So
I won't be available on Friday, but if you guys
That's-
want to do it.
that's the alien system based on your zero mechanics. It's not. I basically put it together today because I got the document recently. So it's if it's a little clunky, that's entirely my fault.
That wasn't clunky.
Just being kind of like coming to grips with the system and like remembering where everything was on the page and stuff. So
Yeah, I didn't find it to be clunky at all.
well,
Got a good feel to it. It's light enough so you're not getting lost in the system. You're able to put yourself more into the moment, and that's good for anything trying to push horror. Last thing you want is a rules argument
in the middle of
in the middle of spooky scary.
I thought the non-combat skills were much more useful than in other systems like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Because it's all pretty much everything you could possibly do on a ship. Everybody's got
roles.
That's the standard skills, right?
Yeah.
So, and this happens to be a setting where all that stuff is immediately useful regularly
From jump, yeah.
from the jump.
Things automatically go wrong. That's just you kind of get used to it working
Yeah.
out here. I'm sure.
I thought it was a blast to roleplay too.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Well, that's good. I was worried that the pre-gen characters weren't going to be very
No,
that would be hard to connect.
I think I was channeling mine okay.
Oh yeah, you were doing fine. Yeah.
The perfect match.
I'm not real sold on the personal agenda as of yet, although it was pretty short.
Well, this is you guys are still in Act 1 of the story, and then the agenda morphs and shifts
as it goes on.
as it goes along. So you'll get new, updated agendas.
I'm curious to see how that changes.
I was trying to go
Right.
with it, and I think I managed that a little bit.
Yeah, you were going. Oh, that's right. That's probably okay.
Speaking around the point. here.
Speaking of
Yeah.
which, show me your agenda, Miller.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I don't want to share it with everybody, but I want to make sure that you. Yeah, take a story point.
Cool.
Show me your agenda, Sham. And keep a hold of these if you can.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I like that they have a hard mechanic to determine how you get those story
Yeah, you
points.
get a story point. Each year. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. Yeah, you were trying to get some money out of that. Yeah, that's the story point. Can I see your
Yeah, mine's
agenda?
not.
No, I think you managed to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to. I just wasn't super actionable.
Yeah, I like that it's kind of an easier to accomplish goal than kind of what you'd expect when it comes to D&D for, oh, you want to earn a point of inspiration?
Yeah.
It's so vague that it's hard to hit a point where you're like, oh yeah, that's inspiration worthy aside from rule of cool. This is an easier one to be like, here's a simple follow and you're good to go.
Yeah.
What are these story points used for?
You can add a success to a roll.
Yep. Just succeed.
Because I didn't know if they were the improvement system.
No.
Like
Well,
Karma.
like I said, I didn't spend a lot of time with it, so maybe if I spent more time with it, I'd like it better. But as far as
It probably depends on your personal agenda. And I see a lot of the personal agendas as like another touchstone.
Yeah.
it does help you roleplay the character.
Yeah, for me, it felt more like a role play goal than a
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
It clearly was an overall goal, but it was very role play influenced. I like anything with secret information, even if it's not.
It is fun.
Yeah, even if it's not like you must murder this person.
Right.
Just-
It doesn't have to be like betrayal, house on the hill, or whatever.
Yeah,
Or paranoia.
where it's like drink 3 cups of coffee from 3 different locations around the ship. Okay, that's,
Yeah.
that's
You're the secret
interesting
police.
enough.
Find out the communists in your group.
We do have Secret Hitler. You guys are into that, you know.
Ah, good old Secret Hitler.
Jesse Cox makes the best secret Hitler.
I haven't seen him play yet.
Kind of hate Jesse Cox a little bit.
They
so.
they did it when TV was
It just
still
tends
alive.
to be loud.
It was pretty good.
He's never done anything to like lose me or really sell me on himself.
He lost me with. He does this thing with the Gerard and Alex, where he like. They play these fighting games, and no matter how poorly he does, he always makes it so he wins. And I'm just like, peace out, bye,
yeah, no.
done.
Nope.
You're just an asshat, you know. Like
You're working too
some-
hard for the win.
there are a lot of aspects of masculinity, like traditional masculinity, that kind of piss me off.
I don't blame you with that one.
Yeah.
So, and that would be one of them. I like Rooster Teeth. Can't fucking stand Jeff. I hate him so much.
I mean, most of Rooster Teeth is like that for me. Partially because of business practices.
Yeah.
Partially because of personality.
I like Jack.
I'm not familiar enough with them. I've
Jack's
effectively
nice.
burnt the whole bridge.
Yeah. We don't watch it really ever. My ex liked them. And we've watched some stuff by them. Michael doing his rage quits is pretty hilarious because he's just raising his blood pressure. But in general, most of them are jerks. I like Jeremy and I like Jack. That's it.
I always found a lot of their
There's some
content
good
to
in
be
there.
like so similar that it
Right,
just got
that
burnt
too.
out, and so
Yeah.
then I just stopped
You move
watching
on.
it.
That's basically what happened to us. We're like,
But then again, I did that with a lot of just YouTube gaming in general.
Oh yeah, like there's been plenty I've been on and burnt out of, or
We used to
That's
they've
why
actively.
had
I
gamer
swapped.
moments.
That's why I swapped to
We used,
live.
we used to get actively angry at
Where are the
Game
boxes
Grumps.
for these?
Game Grumps because they'd be like, "Why are you actively doing it wrong?
Yeah.
You're ignoring what it says to do."
There was something recently with another one I watched, Splattercat, and there's a part where he's running through, and it's still going through like tutorial stuff, and it does that thing where it takes up like that front part of the screen, and it's like, hey, to switch weapons, use the number keys. And I'm sitting there looking at it, and like, this is the only thing I can see right now. Like, everything else is going on the screen, you can still play, but it's like, this small bit of the screen is there, and then it flashes from time to time as if trying to get your attention. It goes on for a solid, like, 4 minutes. And I'm sitting there, like, grinding my teeth of, like, just press the button. Just do it!
I find the Beard Bros to be the least irritating and the most competent at the games.
Competency is something that has become a high need for me.
Right? Yeah. I mean, if I'm just gonna watch you play it, going, Jason plays this better than you. Why am I watching you play it?
Yeah.
On top of your really stupid jokes, when I could just watch my own husband play it, and he's funnier and smarter and better at playing. Why are we watching
For
this?
this deal.
I'm like, this is no, stop. And then you add in the dick jokes, and I'm like, peace out, I'm done, bye. Not interested in your penis or talking about it at all.
Are we still 12?
Ever. Right, yeah. But, yeah.